Hello, 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 and welcome to Blood and Song. I know you are too kind. Tonight I am Johnny, your DM, and I know.
I can see where
I-
this is going already, Johnny. I can see where this is going.
What can I say? Tonight we are joined by Brad.
Hello.
We are joined by Ryan.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
We
you.
are joined by Christine.
hey!
We are joined by Joffrey.
Hello.
Mine's gonna be the best, I can tell.
We are joined by Dan.
Well, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Guessing a
That's
boo.
the
And we're
best one.
joined by Sean.
Oh.
Smells close enough.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest, I was expecting a wah.
Yeah, or a boo. I was expecting a boo.
I mean, look,
Wait, this is turning into QI. Oh.
Yeah. what can I say? We were messing around the soundboard and I thought, this is a ridiculous way to bring a bit of cheer to a hard and dreary Monday. So how was everyone's week?
I think it'd be awesome, by the way, just to interject, to be that guy on a sitcom that everybody goes, oh, not this guy. Because, you elicit some kind of, when you turn up.
For being the
awesome
baddie at the panto, best
Negative.
part.
Yeah,
Best part.
exactly. Yeah, I enjoy that very much.
The first time I did panto with Joffrey, he said to me, they're not going to boo you when you come on stage. We were doing the read-through, and I came on as King Ratnable and went, boo! We just went, that's just an actor joke, right? They're not going to do that for real. I was like,
Oh,
He's like,
you wait,
I'm going to
sunshine.
encourage it. I'm going to make them boo me for a minute.
Was it your first panto, Joshua?
Yeah, that was my first panto, and the experience was phenomenal. I remember
I
opening
bet it
night
was.
thinking, how does everybody know what to do? This is incredible.
I had that with my friend. My sister brought my Canadian friend to come see the show, and she spent the entire time just turning her head, going, "How the
Yeah.
fuck do they know what to say? What is going on?
It's
Surely
incredible.
they should be quiet and just listen." No.
No.
That's how it works.
And the
Especially when they
keys
start
behind
shouting.
you, oh no, you
Behind you.
didn't. Oh yes, they did. All that bit is like, how?
Because you're
And it's also,
raised on
it's
it.
not, it's once you allow heckling, it's also the controlled heckling, right? They're not
Yeah.
interjecting the whole time.
No.
It's only when you're meant to, which is like,
Heckling or crowd
actors train for
participation?
years to do this.
Yeah. But you can lose control of an
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, you very much can. Yeah, you've got to know when to ride it. It's
Johnny knows what that feels like with us lot sometimes, really.
That's so true. So true.
I'm just saying my 13 years experience of teaching bottom set year 9s has left me well prepared.
I can't imagine anything worse.
Yeah.
What, than you lot? I don't know.
No. Then
I've
teaching,
definitely my starters.
then teaching bottom set year 9s.
Look,
That's
we don't
like
teach
hell.
setted year 9s anymore because setting is a terrible idea generally. But it's also, kids are actually fairly reasonable most of the time.
Well, if they're not
It's
in,
adult
if they're
stuff.
not in bottom set.
Far trickier than children.
I have a 5-year-old, and I can say that is categorically untrue.
Yeah.
He may be
Well-
kind, but reasonable he is not, for sure.
Maybe that's just the quality of my classroom control. It's not. It's
I'll leave
really
it
not.
there. I'll compliment you, Johnny. I'll say that's what it is. That's what it is.
Sure. Talking of quality control, viewers may notice that we look a little bit different tonight. It's not just we've paid for a
Oh,
bunch
no,
of
we
crazy
don't.
filters. We are trying out a bunch of we're trying out some different software basically just to see
are,
if we
but-
can.
Well, luckily for us, we look the same. Thanks to
No
Do
way.
we?
the magic
Mum.
of
We look
the magic of
crisper
editing.
because we
Oh,
look
good.
crisper
do
because
look
normally
crisper.
Zoom, because we were using Zoom before, and it basically meant that Brad looked fantastic and we all looked like the 1990s.
Yes, you all look like you had
And-
terrible internet connections.
Yeah, and so
Well, I do.
Well, unfortunately, it meant that no one could see the blemishes on my face, which there weren't any anyway. But I'm just trying to be nice for the rest of you.
You don't have that
But
Zoom
now
filter
everyone
anymore.
It's
can
like
see
in
that there's no
Ren
perfect
and,
blemishes on my
Ren
face.
and Stimpy when you zoom in really far.
Yeah.
It's all horrible.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy. Oh my god.
Yeah, to be
Jesus.
fair, Sean and I suffer from some bad blackheads on our noses, thanks to our mum's quonk of a nose that she had. We inherited that, so you can't see that unless you zoom in. But then it's proper Ren and Stimpy style if you do.
Mate, Marika came back from Japan for after Christmas, and she got me these amazing Japanese strips that I pop on and I get rid of the blackheads. My nose is clean as a whistle, mate. I've done it. Japanese engineering. It's sorted.
Engineering.
Okay.
That's definitely
So aside from
where you were going, Johnny, wasn't it?
Sure.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, if people noticed anything different tonight, that's all it is. It's don't reset your connection. It's probably something
No,
on.
I am
But do let us know
blackhead
if
free.
it's.
That's what everybody's noticing. They're noticing my lack of blackheads, which I very much appreciate, guys. Thank you very much. That's cool of you.
So Sean's hygiene routine aside, has anyone else had anything interesting this week?
I watched Encanto and I liked it a lot.
I'm still
It's
waiting to
not
watch it.
D&D related.
I need
It's
to
not.
watch
I
it.
won't ruin
Very
it.
good.
It's
I
fine.
cried within the first 6 minutes of watching it.
Aw.
That's impressive.
It was not because of the song or the setting. I think it was really beautiful to see representation of other cultures, like in a Disney film, especially like Latino culture and all the different kinds and variations of Latino culture was really beautiful. And it made me reminisce to like a bunch of stuff I've seen online on Instagram of like little kids like looking at that film and going like, oh look, it's me. And I think it was really beautiful. And literally I just started crying thinking about that and the opening of it, and I just started crying.
That's why I love Moana
And the
so
rest of it.
much. Like I just thought Moana had a more interesting story for being
Yeah,
from
bloody love
island people.
Moana.
Yeah.
And I was just, I'm very done with Western stories. It's nice seeing something that's interesting and new that has some cool representation.
And it's got my
You know-
body double in it as well.
Listen, you say that, and that's all well and good, but I think Up breaks the 6-minute record. That's like you cry within
That's true,
like
actually.
1.5
Oh.
minutes.
That's very
So,
true.
like,
But for a very different reason.
It's
It's
really
really
Beautiful.
about it.
Look how people come together. Up is like, oh God.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Is this the
We're all
whole
gonna
movie?
die. Strap in.
My
Yeah.
auntie had to be removed from the cinema during Bambi because she went along, and my dad had to take her out of the cinema. She was sobbing so loudly that she was disturbing other people.
All right, I thought you were going to say she was eating popcorn too loudly during that scene.
It was worse than that. Literally bawling her heart out.
Oh.
I saw Romeo and Juliet at the Rose Theatre at Rose Griffith that the year above us were doing, and there was a few of us in one of the rows, and we sort of started sobbing. It's such a comedy, isn't it? And we realized that we were making the, oh God, I don't even know what you call the wooden frame where the seats are.
What,
What, like,
We were
Like
rocking.
pews,
We
I
were
guess,
literally
or-
rocking the
What,
seats.
the row?
The row.
you were
We were
crying
rocking
so
the row
hard.
because we were crying so hard. And this woman behind us kept tutting. And at one point, one of the guys turned around and said, "You have no soul."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
'cause you were crying or laughing?
Yeah, we were crying, and it sort of encouraged us. I don't know.
I don't know if
'cause
you've
we,
seen Romeo and Juliet, but it ends up pretty tragic.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, why would
often
somebody
do
say
it,
you've got
don't they?
no soul if you're crying at something?
No. The
No,
woman.
no,
he
the other way
said it to
around.
the woman behind us who was tutting.
Oh,
She was
fine.
tutting us for crying too loud.
Oh, fine.
Um,
I got you now. I got you.
Shh, I don't know what happens in this. It's brand new.
Just about to watch the Baz Luhrmann release of it.
For sure. Anyway,
that
talking
one
of
in
making
Hot
people
Fuzz.
cry,
Oh, God. Oh, God.
talking of making people
Oh,
cry,
wait, I
should
want to
we?
ask about tea first before we go on, because I just quickly, because I just got into Red Bush again. I had a bit of Red Bush in my time. I have. Very nice.
That's enough of that.
Didn't
Tea
have,
choice.
listen,
Let's
I'm not
stamp this
making.
out quick. Let's stamp this out quick.
I'm not making what the usual smut. Rubios. Then, would you like me to call it Rubios?
It's not that. It's Rooibos.
Oh, is it Rubos? Well, thank you. I mean, Faeza knows her tea. So
Rooibos.
Rubos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it Red
Like,
Bush, and
say
all you
it-
guys are gonna have to stifle your laughter, right?
Say it like Ripper would say it. Oh, a bit of Rubios,
Bit
innit?
of Rubios, bruv. No, I was just asking like what everybody's favourite tea is, because I've been on a tea bender because I'm trying to stop drinking after like 2 or 3 o'clock caffeine. Right.
Mine
So
is
I'm
Red
thinking-
Bush. Red
Is
Bush,
it?
no milk, half a sugar.
Half a sugar. That's.
Just in case.
Do you even need the half a sugar? I'm not.
I do, mate. So, like, I'm not joking. About 15 years ago, I tried to cut back on sugar, and I can't get rid of the half a sugar. It's still
No,
there.
to be fair,
I'm
I
not
have in my English breakfast.
Words?
I
Words?
know words hard, difficult English language. In my English breakfast tea, I have half a sugar. I can't.
Shouldn't have eaten that whole cake for dinner, mate.
I know. I didn't have a whole cake
a
for
cake
dinner.
again?
I had a whole cake for a 3 o'clock snack.
No.
Brad!
I had 2 burgers for dinner.
Wow. The
After
fact that
seeing
he's
you
not
eat
asleep.
chocolate pizza last Monday, I
Yeah.
don't think half a sugar is your problem, mate.
I've got. Do you know what? Fucking. I went around to my parents on the weekend for my sister's baby shower. That was fun. But my grandparents came down for it as well, and they said, "Oh, Brad, we bought you your favourite dessert." They bought me a tub from Costco of 20 profiteroles with a chocolate mousse at the bottom.
God, what I would
know
give
you,
for your
you're not
metabolism.
Oh
All in
my
one
God.
go.
What about you, Ryan? What you want for tea? What you want for tea?
Fresh mint tea.
Yeah, that. To be fair, fresh mint tea is amazing.
Post dinner.
Yeah.
Post dinner, nothing better for me.
Yeah. Nice digestive. Yeah,
Summer
yeah.
in Paris having green mint tea, green tea and mint. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That was a summer. That was an awesome weekend away with friends for Bastille Day. But that's all they would drink, all sitting on the street. You know, and you know, in the I don't know if you've ever been to Paris, but the seats all face to the street, so it's like, "Hi world, entertain me," and everyone's just sitting there, green and mint tea. It's lovely.
Bruges is very similar. I was going to say, I'll be the controversial one. Tea is, of all kinds, is the devil's water that is actually a colonial imperialist tool of control. And by drinking it, you are all inherently supporting the British Empire and everything it did. That being said, I love a peppermint tea. So, you know.
Did you just out yourself as a racist? Is that what you just did there?
Oh my God, I really am British and white.
What about you, Joffrey? What's your tipple?
So I'd say the chai. In the winter, it's a chai, and then when it's hot, it's green tea with ice.
Nice.
Oh,
you live in a country, of course, where cold tea is a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Apple
And
tea
nobody
is
bats an
very nice.
eyelid. If you ask for a cup of tea and a glass with ice, nobody is, they don't mind.
Yeah.
Whereas in England,
Whereas
it's probably...
all of my cups of tea are cold because I made them, got distracted, and came back to them 45 minutes later.
I love a cold cup of tea. That you come
I've seen
no.
my mum
No.
reheat
I
the
like it.
same
Right.
tea twice in the microwave. The same tea.
Oh.
Listen,
Because she forgets.
when you become a parent, you just don't. Sometimes I'm drinking a cup of tea that was made 3 days ago, but it was next to the one I just made an hour ago. I don't know the difference. I can't feel anymore. Like my body's just dead. So
This is why I just say drink water. It's far healthier for you, and you'll never have that problem. It's always tepid and room temperature. Nothing wrong with it.
I do drink water. I just chuck a tea bag in there first.
Hot
Talking of
stuff
chucking a
is
tea bag in there, Brad, roll the damn tape.
it?
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gents.
fuming.
Brilliant. Yeah, so previously you fought an ice worm. That went well. Then you entered a cave. And that's where you are. Wandering around a cave in semi-darkness, aside from Lack, who has magical ghost vision, which is ironic, because he just met some spectres of some kind. Last time round, after Six vehemently said, "We're sticking together, we're not going to split up," the first thing that happened is you split up and walked in different
Shots went
directions,
on.
splitting the party. Yep,
He's
one
he's a
side
new
of the
member
party being
team.
embroiled in
No,
combat.
He hasn't learned.
Oh, sure, because the old team before him never just wandered off in different directions. And the others, well, Ripper sort of just headed north on his own and eventually dragged Octavius and Faeza with him, where they met a cave filled with Arctic owlbears, who Octavius is currently in the middle of talking to. Down south, the characters managed to fight a yeti that seems to be eating, chewing the remains of a corpse. the remains of a corpse, chewing a body. And as you move further into the cave, Lack saw some spectral figures. It seems that anytime anyone comes in contact viewing them, there was some strange magical effect that they had to resist. Alas, Dox, despite having the highest wisdom, did not resist and has miraculously aged a number of years. And we're picking up basically at the top of the round, still in initiative order. As remember, we both explore and combat at the same time. And the first thing that happens, I should have prepped this a bit better, is actually first up is these spectral figures.
I just
Two
think
of them.
above the table, Faeza, Octavius, we need to wrap this conversation, figure out what we're doing with it, and then head back down to these guys. So that's basically what I'm going to try and.
Yeah, we'll just get back to a bunch of 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
That
So
are
struggling
to hold their bladders.
Wrap the conversation, and then let's head back down to these.
The
guys.
ghosts have done what the ghosts are going to do. But can anyone see? Lack, you can see. You see two of the figures just dematerialize and seem to become even more incorporeal and seem to vanish from the material realm. That is all you see. Next up is the two owlbears. Now, I believe... Lucky I've got my notes, which I almost forgot to get out. Right, so previously Octavius had spoken to the owlbears and tried to persuade them not to attack them. He'd also mentioned the weird, strange, black, ichor-y goo that you keep encountering, and had asked if there was any...
Well, I'd said that we'd been...
And had asked if there was any in there.
Yeah. Well, no, we know there's some in there. I'd asked if I could take a look, as it's my black ichor.
Yep, you did. And what happens is essentially the first bear, the one that's been talking to you, all anyone else hears is... I say anyone else, Faeza and Ripper. Octavius, you hear... Well, I think that seems... We might as well let him have a look. I mean, we can't eat it. Okay, then, I'll go and get it. As the second figure moves off and then returns soon. Kind of the primary figure bats out and flung into all your view, bouncing down with a squelch, is another skeletal figure that is kind of got all this black goo on them and is one of. And then the first bear comes back and goes, "We're going to have a nap now. If you come in here, we'll probably try and eat you. But if you stay there, we're good."
I ain't touching that. I am not touching that thing.
We'll find out soon, because Sixsmith, you are up top as the owlbears have finished what they were going to do, and Ripper, you're on deck.
Right.
Head up to Ripper. This seems like his thing.
Okay, brother. I was going to do that anyway. That's a good idea.
I know you were. I was just saying out loud what you were always going to say anyway, because you know what you're talking about.
You're trying to spare me the effort of talking. I get it. Thank you.
Exactly. Sometimes it's too draining on you to have to keep saying the same thing.
You know me well. And I just moved towards because I can't actually see anyone either. I know Lack's just round the corner, but I'm gonna make a beeline for Ripper. Just see.
Well, you saw go north. You've got a path to your northwest and a path to your direct north. You know Ripper headed north.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen where he's gone.
Okay. I guess if I saw him head north, I'll just have to head north.
Okay, so you've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 of movement gets you to there. You can dash if you want and use the other 30.
Yeah, I better do that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30 gets you around there, and from there you can just see Toots in the little cave to the north, the northward tunnel.
Hey Toots, I used my bonus action. What's going on? Tell me. Give me an update.
She will reply on her turn. Ripper, you're on deck.
Right, I ain't touching that thing. Faeza fashioned some kind of rope bag to drag it out of here. Right. Octavius, are those what are those things? Are we all right? Are they going to let me hug them?
Oh, I did ask that.
You did ask that.
I don't know what handling was though.
I know that you passed the check to definitely get the things back.
I think they said no.
They probably said no.
Will we say that Octavius probably has enough intuition at this point to realise that these are giant fucking massive monsters that you've negotiated with, but they're definitely not pets.
Yeah.
All right, grab that thing. I'm gonna head out, and then we'll thank them for their service or whatever you do
I'll
in the army or whatever. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that thing. I ain't. You see these nails? I ain't touching that thing.
I've got it, Ripper. I've got it.
And then I'm gonna start making my way out, back out the way we came.
30 gets you all the way to the exit. So...
All right, 6. We're gonna come down and meet you guys.
Oh, well, good. That's the right thing to do, I think.
All right, keep an eye on these other ones. I'm gonna keep heading down, and I'll use the rest of my action to head down.
Okie day. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right, why it's not moving you for the whole way. There we go. So, Docs, you are up with Lack on deck.
So this was surprising. Lack, what can you see? What are we doing? What's your plan?
The ghosts seem to dematerialize. I didn't know where they could do this, but the Ripper is a man of the cloth, kind of, and his goddess is very good against these kind of things. He seems very knowledgeable in it. Often we rally to him because he makes me feel better about myself just being around.
Okay, well in that case, I'll tell you. I'll hold the fort until he arrives. So I'll pull my.
Oh, I'm going to head towards him.
And I will just hold my action. And should a ghost come within attacking range, I'll do a turn undead.
Okay.
Okie day.
Just out of above the table, Joffrey.
Sure.
Yes.
How many saving throws have you made against these people?
2.
Okay. Just so you know, there's 3 of them now. And Ryan gives you a +5 to your saves. Just saying.
But someone's got to take care of Faela, and you know.
Faela can shift as well. Do you know what I mean? I'll grab her on the way. I've got my arms.
Yeah, plus she's pretty useless, so if something ends up happening to her, you know, no harm, no foul, no loss.
Good job. We've got 2 people. We've got 2 people certified at the matron circle, so if one of them goes, we've always got the other one.
Yeah, Dan's right. If they also, bit of age will do good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you out for a year, right?
That's what you said. I should go into the outlet then. It's fine. We've
Can
got
I still
backup.
move
should go in the
30
outlet
feet?
then.
Can I still move 30 feet and hold the action of the turn undead thing?
Good idea. Yeah, just get
Sure.
closer to right.
So you're going to use your movement to move 30 feet north, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and hold action to turn undead.
Yeah.
Just as a warning, so I know turn undead is a number of times per day, when you hold an ability, it auto uses even if you don't use it. So like if you hold a spell, you use the spell even if you don't use it. So if you want to hold turn undead, it will use it, or you can choose not to. That's up to you.
God, let me see how many times I can do it. How many times can I turn into undead? How many times can I do it?
Should be 3 per day.
Channel divinity points.
Yeah. Under your features, channel divinity, path of the grave. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, it reads really badly on Foundry. I think channel divinity once per day at the moment because you're multi-class.
I'm not gonna hold it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray that they don't come too close. And maybe dash then. Well, no, you're right there.
I'm coming down to you anyway, so.
Yeah.
Coolios. Lack, your turn.
I'm going to run.
Yeah.
Using my strong arms, invisible spectral arms. I'm going to grab Faeza
Yeah.
and run up towards
5, 10,
Ripper.
20, 25, 30. What's your movement?
55. Just a casual
5,
55.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40, 45, 50. 55 gets you all the way back there
Lovely.
with Viola.
And then
Okay.
I guess I'll hold an action to punch something, a ghost if it comes nearby.
Cool. Octavius, you're up.
Okay. I am going to investigate the body using medicine, I think. I'm just going to try and see... Well, no. But it's up to you to decide. I'm going to try and see if it's the same black goo, what the body is, how long it's been dead, that sort of thing.
You can either make a nature check or a medicine check on this.
Okay. Medicine it is, because I'm proficient.
Medicine.
That is a 25.
An excellent roll. So as you examine this body, I'm just going to stop this for the moment. As you reach down and examine the body, you see the black ichor, but something doesn't quite seem familiar about it. It doesn't look like the exact same ichor you've seen in several other places. The ones you'd seen before was, to give it a word, primal, raw. This seems refined, almost like it had been attempted to be grafted into these people. When you examine using your medicine check with that incredible roll, you see that the sides of their flesh remaining on the hands and the feet is completely torn, as though whoever this was had tried to run and escape from somewhere. You can see the remains of some of the tattoos that were prevalent among the people of Yemengarts that you'd seen other druidesses carry. So you could sort of estimate that this is probably another one of the people who were on their quest to become druidesses on their initiation. With a 25, you also find several parts of their skin have been cut and re-sewn together fairly clumsily, as though not by a trained surgeon. And sticking out from between them with that insane roll, you find a branch, like a bit of a branch where there should be a femur.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I am horrified hearing the description.
Just
What kind of
this
films
down.
have we been watching?
Yeah, Joffrey's horrified.
None.
Doc's thinking, this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah, bones replaced with wood.
Wig.
Okay,
That
Pop
is
twigs in your area.
that's my action.
which
I
is
see.
that's your action. Bonus action.
I think we should tell the others, Faeza. Maybe you want to have a look yourself. I'm going to move back. Don't go in the cave. They will attack you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
And then I'll walk back towards the rest of the group.
Which I think gets you just to there. Kind of stepping over Toots, who looks at you and gives you a Toots, slightly smug toot.
On the way past, I will beat you one day.
Faeza kind of goes, like, put me down. Honestly, I'm perfectly capable of taking. You're only a couple of years older than me, you know.
To be honest, if you see these ghosts, you might be a lot older than me. So,
Oh, I'm not worried about those. Just put me down.
I mean, okay.
And then she'll just use her action to get down, kind of brush herself off. And then she is going to just look around and go, is anyone hurt? Is everyone okay?
I pointedly look at dots.
Okay, well, I can't do anything about that right now.
I mean, if you're slinging free heals about, I ain't going to say no to one.
You know, I wouldn't quite say I'm bloodied, but I'm close to being bloodied, so
Well,
but I'm very sturdy, so if somebody else needs a healing first,
Well,
then
choose
let them take
between you.
precedence.
I can probably only do one for now.
I give it to him. Give it to him.
Okay,
He might,
so
he might chip a nail and get angry.
She's going to reach out and just give you a first level cure
That's
wound.
funny.
And so 6, you
Nothing,
get
brother.
11 points
Lead from the front.
of healing
Mhm.
back.
How many points? Sorry.
11 points. It's in the Foundry chat. On the game log, sorry. That is her turn. Faeza, you're on deck.
Okay. Can I try and get closer and have a look at this? I'd like to see if I've seen this workmanship before, because it's kind of reminding me a bit of, especially with bones and bits kind of worked together.
Shit. Yeah.
So I'd
I'm
like
going
to
to ask
see
Paul,
if
because I'll be really honest, there's nothing more to find from an investigation, but I think
Okay.
this is now what Faeza can piece together. I'm going to call this an insight check to figure it out. I would also allow an intelligence check if you feel that you're in just raw intelligence is better.
Would it be like I'm just wondering, because I'm rather than insight, would it be something because it's from what she studied before? Would it be something more like not quite history, but more
I wouldn't say history with your background.
maybe arcana / perception / something like that, or
I mean, it's not
No,
really.
not.
There's not like a magical item that you're looking at,
That's
or
all right.
runes you're looking at for arcana.
That's okay.
I'd say
I'll
insight or
do
intelligence.
intelligence then. We'll do that.
Remember, you've got your flash of genius, so you can always
I was
add
about
as
to
well.
say,
Yeah,
don't. You can add it on afterwards. So
Okay, yeah, flash of genius on top of that then makes it 15.
15. With a 15, as you look at the wounds, again you sort of get the layman's ability of going, well, this isn't very well crafted, or at least some of the actual the way the bone is joined, that looks really ingenious, and the strange kind of like rivulets that have been run into the body, they look quite well done. There is something very familiar about this. The way the bone is sticking out, it's like something someone else has shown you once before, but it's not quite as good or detailed. It's like a prototype, or something has gone wrong.
Okay. Right, in which case, I think if that's all I can get from the body, I will return to the group of Toots.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 gets you. Ooh, I'm going to move you just one to the thing. So you're just next to Toots by that point.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. And then we're back to top of round. Sixsmith, you are up.
Right. Okay. So I guess I'm inferring that everybody is now leaving in the opposite direction to where Six was headed.
It's clear people are all walking out towards you now, basically.
So if yes, come on, everybody, this way, and he acts like he's sort of meant to do that, like sort of, he's going one way and everybody's going the other.
I'm enjoying this.
He gets out his phone, nods to himself, turns around.
Yeah. Yes. I knew it. Yes, I thought so. And he'll head following his brother. He'll follow Lak. Did he see? Where did Ripper go? He can't see. He would have seen Ripper. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, Ripper's literally right next to him now.
He's
basically.
got fucking awful vision. Yes. Okay, cool. So he'll head in that direction then.
Haven't you got dark vision?
Yeah, I think it's like because if you clip behind a rock or something, it sort of blocks people from your vision.
Yeah. So you have dark vision in any way you can see, but if you're it's blocked by walls.
Obstruction.
And then I'm gonna use. I think I'll use an action to sort of march ahead, and I'll carry on going past. I assume we're heading west. That's where
you came from west. So just to congratulate you, we've now moved 25 feet into the entrance of the cave.
Yeah, I know. So we know what's west.
Well.
We know what's north. We don't know what's south. Basically, that's what.
Well, you haven't done a lot of east. South and east are the two areas that you haven't really explored, and northeast as well. So you've done north and south.
I'll just sort of make my way sort of southeast and sort of wait for somebody else to sort of
5,
somebody who might
10,
know more
15,
about cave systems.
20, 25 would get you there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good place for me to be. And on my way past, as a bonus, I say, brother, I think I'm all this leadership stuff. It's getting me over my fear of caves and small spaces and things. I think is doing me some good.
I was trying not to mention it because I thought by mentioning it, it might make it worse.
Well,
But you're
now
doing
you
very well.
mention it, it is making it a little worse now that you said it might be
Okay.
worse.
Because normally you're very anxious because you say the walls are closing in on you and you're
Well,
not quite sure whether the
it-
world will fall down on you. Or you,
It does,
you
in
feel
fact,
like
feel
the
that
world is
now.
on your shoulders and this is how it feels.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
does
saying,
feel like
and
that
what's
now.
worse about this one is it's cold. So you're cold and uncomfortable, and I didn't want to mention any of that because I know that would probably make you feel bad. But if you feel good, this is good.
Look,
Now I'm shivering.
look.
Now I'm shivering, and I don't know if it's
Oh,
because it's cold or if it's because I'm scared of the.
It's probably
exhaust
both, if I'm honest. That's what Mother used to say.
And Ripper, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna venture down next to Docs and Faeza and look at Docs. How
You are looking at Docs.
How dare you, Docs? All right. You're telling me you found a salon in this place and get a little bit of grey balayage put in your hair, right? And you ain't telling me about it.
Oh yeah, just walk down that corridor, mate. It's
Right,
they'll
look,
do it for free.
and some wisdom.
all right, now I don't believe you. What happened to him? Someone? Anyone?
There's some ghosts down there.
Oh yeah.
And I think I don't know. I wasn't really maybe I'm just used to it with the spectral arms and everything, but I was fine. But Docs, he made a sound that I only really heard some of the younger girls in our village make. And it went on for a very long time. But I'm assuming that's just I'm not being speciesist. Maybe that's just the sound they make when they want to wet themselves out of fear. So I'm just saying that could be what it is.
Docs, level with me. Did you wet yourself?
No, because luckily I'd gone before.
Okay.
So
That's wise. Very wise.
Very smart. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure your mother used to say something like, before you go to spooky cave, you know, make sure you pee first or something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing
Years of living in the wild and having to fend for myself. I mean, I pee before I go into caves. It's
Yeah, it's the wise thing to do. Yeah.
But if you pee in the cave always smells of pee.
yeah, exactly.
Also, you want to mark your scent on the outside in case someone needs to find you as well. You know, it's very smart.
So what is
look,
doing,
I'd say
Six has only just seen that Docs is old now, and he's like, "You're Docs. You look like Faela's father. Isn't that? Look at the resemblance. It's pretty good, isn't it? You look old enough to be a father. Do you think that might help us in the trial or aid us in the future or something? You're
Well,
weird.
I think maybe if these two's got to be out
ghostly-
exploring for a year, right? Why don't we just hold him in front of the ghosts, age him up a bit, and then we can go back and be like, oh, they've been out for a whole 10 years or whatever, exploring. And
Yeah,
then
how
maybe
do they
get
test
extra
age in
points.
this place? Where's the
Exactly,
metric
yeah,
to
they
them
don't
to...
know.
I
Yeah.
think they would just assume that we've been gone for a week because only a week has passed for them. You know?
Yeah, but
Faela
like, time
does
works-
look at
time
you
works
all
differently.
like you're idiots.
Time
Like-
works differently, doesn't it?
Don't worry,
Look, I feel
Faye's
like-
looking at them all like they're idiots as well. So
I feel like
We
what
used to that from Faeza though.
What we should probably do, because all we've done is walk around in what feels like about 4 hours just in the same area. So we should probably group up and then move together. And then if we see something together all at once, so I'm just going to tether myself to someone, and when something and move with them.
I mean,
probably in
my
the middle of all of you
suggestion-
as well. So you're all sort of, you can share my light inside of my body
That's
and
good.
out of my staff. And
Yes,
then
we all
I
had
agree.
a discussion and we decided that is the best course of action that I've decided. Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
And we should probably aim for the ghosts first. You know who you're going to call and all that.
yeah, of course, yeah. Right. So, I mean, I'm just gonna. So from now on, Johnny, until something happens, I'm just gonna tether myself to the middle of the party and move. Just
Okay.
because otherwise, we're taking every single turn, and it's gonna take too long. We're not gonna get through the 10 levels you've got planned in this dungeon.
It's not 10 levels.
We'll see what
There's
happens.
not 10 levels. Plenty of time. Okay, so then we move on to. So you've already moved 15 feet down. Do you want to use your 15 feet?
No, I'll just basically
Activate.
from now on until we have to take an action. I'm just gonna tether myself to Doc. So whenever he moves, assume that I would move on my turn to
Cool.
me.
Move
Okay,
on the
yeah, that's
cover. Move as one.
Yeah, we'll all just move as one until something happens.
Okay. So I'm assuming then
I
we're
like
going to
that
wait
Hamilton
until
reference, by the
Faeza
way.
and.
That's what
Thank
I'm
you. Thank
making
you.
a point about. Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're waiting till Octavius and Faeza get back to the group. Then you're all just going to start moving. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Faeza, if
Obviously,
there's
if everyone
room,
wants... Sorry.
sorry, if there's room in this cave, if Faeza pops on Toots' back, she can get there a bit quicker as well.
Okay, well, it can all keep you moving basically at the same speed because you all
Yeah,
move at the slowest
yeah.
party speed. So you can move
Ryan's
at
right. We should
30 per
bunch
round.
together.
Octa-
Yeah,
Octavius
sure.
I think
notices-
my dad used to crack a joke about this. He used to say, whenever you kids are together, you're in standard something formation, standard standard fireboys formation or something like that. When we all grouped up together like that. I don't know what that means. You guys in the army might know.
I've never
A
heard
team
that before in my
of
life.
fire is what you are. You're some kind of team of fire, and you.
I feel
yeah,
like I should be
yeah.
offended.
The bird gives me an awful look. No, I think Ripper's right.
Why have we not been using that? Why have you not been using that to, like, when you want to, like, give it to someone, Brad? The bird just doesn't fit on your shoulder.
I forget she's there, honestly.
Wow.
Also, annoyingly, mechanically, the bird doesn't create any light.
No, none at all.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should decide who takes point and go down that very narrow corridor one at a time.
Octavius notices the grey in your hair. It's just like this group.
Yeah,
I
Bagley,
understand.
not me.
Balayage in here. You got a balayage in this place. Didn't tell none of us else.
Is that how
Is it Ripper?
parents
Is
get
that
theirs?
why?
Is it
that
having a
why the
balayage?
Yeah,
Brother, do you want to take the lead?
He's got
So
a grey streak put in his hair.
when we go forward, are we going in a stealthy-like manner?
if you're choosing to stealth, or you can choose to
still
scroll through.
have
Pass without trace.
pass without trace active.
Yeah, lasts for 10 minutes, and you've had 4 rounds so far since that's gone up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we might as well sort of stealthily.
Okay, you need to be within how many feet of me?
30, I believe.
well,
Yes.
fine.
And everyone needs to be within 10 feet of me to
Also-
get my...
Cool. So you're in the
Also,
middle.
and-
Bradley's somewhere in the middle, so that you can give us that. Six will nominate to take point. He'll act like he wanted to do it, but of course he doesn't want to do it because he looks at Docs and he thinks this is horrendous. But he's got. But if someone else
He's
can
got
take a
a
hit at him,
full bladder.
yeah. If I turn old, I'm gonna piss myself. All right, I'm just saying it now. Right, no fudging rolls, Johnny. But like Six has got. That's canon now. He's got a full bladder.
I roll everything publicly for the monsters. There's no possible way of fudging it.
Okay, good. Because if I turn old, I'll piss myself. Just because I feel like it's
Like you or the character.
Both.
the carrot.
Right.
I don't have anything in the chamber, mate. This red bush hasn't gone through me yet. Okay, yeah, but Sean doesn't actually know where we should go, genuinely. So, if someone has an idea where we should head, I'll make Six head us in that direction.
Cool.
Octavius
Well, it is-
immediately
why don't
goes
we head
that way
towards where the
and
ghosts
starts
were?
walking through a cave.
Okay, so Docs, because representing his turn, he's tethered himself. So Docs, the direction you walk in, then, because it's your turn in the turn order, will be the one walking through.
I will. I mean, I think we'll just turn bare east from where we are.
Okay, so
Um,
I'm going to move you, and then I'll move everyone else along, and it will take that as an entire round of turns. And if someone wants to do something different in that round, they'll tell me, and they'll do that. They can add that.
Cool, sounds great.
So-
I put my armor back on. Oh, what does pass without trace do, by the way? I genuinely
Plus
don't know.
10 to stealth.
Yeah, just
It
flat
what plus 10 to
10.
stealth.
Just
Okay.
flat.
Yeah, I'll put my armor back on. I think I'll use my
Yeah.
hang my things. Armor comes back on. That's one.
yeah, I
of the
mean,
things
the
on
armor
my
basically
turn.
gives you disadvantage to stealth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But with a
Yeah,
plus
But
10,
now he's got a
it's
plus 10. Sort of mitigates it, to be honest.
basically.
Yeah. Plus, if I'm
Um,
moving quite far in there, I don't want to leave my armor at the entrance.
Well, as you bang it, again, bizarrely, you are back by the entrance where you took it off, so it just kind of up from the ground and connects to you. So, Docs, I'm going to move you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 if you're stealth, because I'm assuming you're all dashing. Wait. Yeah, so it'd be half movement at a dash. Can everyone give me a stealth check then, please?
Sure.
Oui, monsieur.
I've got advantage because I've got Cloak of Elven Kind, by the way, as well.
So you get advantage plus 10.
Oh, hold on. Roll.
26.
14.
Is that plus
Well,
the 10?
Okay.
Yeah.
26. Do I need to roll, sir?
The dice hit each other, by the way. It was on a 4, and it it sort of landed. The other dice hit it, and then it rolled again and landed on 4 again. I don't know what the hell it's doing.
Except it's just a random number generator, so it just visually did that to tease you.
Yeah, exactly. And then
That's actually the thing. Yeah.
So is the effect of the pass without thingy active?
You won't auto do it. You just add
you
10.
won't auto do it, just add it.
Yeah.
Because
So
I rolled a 21 on a disadvantage roll, which is
Oh,
Yeah, I got 27 on a disadvantage roll.
yeah.
Toot's got 16.
Cool. Is that with her plus 10?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
So,
I haven't
yeah.
counted plus 10 or the plus 4 we get from.
Oh,
Ripper
plus
or
4.
anything.
No, the plus 4 from Ripper
Oh.
is for saving throws, I
Okay.
believe.
Oh, okay.
Plus 5. Plus 5.
Plus 5.
Oh.
And that's to all saving throws, isn't it, right?
All saving throws. Yeah.
Good stuff. So, first round of movement
Joffrey. That'd been helpful.
taken.
Yeah.
Literally would have stopped you aging.
Yeah, and also remembering that I have advantage on saving throws because I'm Fae, that would have been great. But you know,
That would have also been good.
Oh no.
Fucking hell.
magical saving throws, I have an advantage. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we live and learn. Some of us for less time than others.
We age and learn.
Mhm.
So as you've moved an entire round, which direction does the party want to move next? You now come to the area where you see a corpse on the floor. Lack, though you're further back, we'll say you can kind of jostle around as a result of like an entire round of movements.
The way forward, huh?
And you would have seen that this is where you saw the 3 ghosts. There is again a corpse in the center of this chamber. There is a tunnel off to your left that you can see as well, kind of northeast.
Could I use my action to
Yeah.
have a look at this body again and see if it's similar? See if I can see.
If
the
everyone
same
moves
body?
into the chamber. So at the moment you're 1 round,
Yeah.
you all moved to get outside. So if you all stealth into the chamber together, I'm giving you the chance to decide where you want to go, rather than
Yeah,
just.
I agree with Faeza. I want to
Yeah,
have a
I'm
look at
just
the body.
following.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
in.
let's go.
Cool.
I'll follow Docs.
Okay, so as you all move in 5, 10,
Stealthy
15,
committee.
20, 25, 30.
It's definitely a Scooby Doo. Everybody on tiptoes. Doo-doo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it, which is like, how are we doing this stealthily? But you know,
Well, I'm assuming lots of cool hand
Ruh-roh.
signals.
yeah.
Sorry,
Ruh-roh.
Ripper said he wanted to be somewhere near the middle.
I'm doing hand signals for everyone with 8 of my arms.
Yes, yes.
Like directing
exactly,
traffic.
Yeah.
Brad,
Also,
for the moment, I'm going to delete your bird so I'm not moving a billion tokens and then
That's
just drop
fine.
it back
I'll
in
drop
when you
back
need
in
it.
when I summon it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The bird.
it is summoned. I'll summon it back in when combat because it lasts an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah, you know what I mean. So as you come in, you on the next round then, so you now have 4 rounds of Pass Without Trace left. Can you roll whatever you would like to roll to tell me how you're investigating this body?
Hang on, how many rounds have we got past that trace for?
It's up for 10, and you'd used 4 in the last game. It had been up for 4 rounds. And then you've just done 2 rounds of movement with Pass Without Trace
Is it
on.
10 rounds? Is it 10 rounds or 10 minutes? Because if it's 10,
10
minutes,
Oh, yeah, that's 10 minutes. That'd be a lot more
10
rounds.
minutes, so it's
Yeah.
up for a
That's a lot
boss.
more
Concentration
time.
up to an hour.
Oh, an
Oh,
hour.
right,
yeah.
Oh,
We won't
right.
even
Oh
worry
my
about
God.
it. then.
100,000
Yeah,
rounds.
Yeah. 100,000, bloody 100,000 rounds.
So
Faeza.
I am going to. Oh, Faeza, sorry.
Yes. Hello. Sorry.
Because you said you wanted to investigate it.
Yeah, I want to see if it's got any similar signs to the last body, or if there's differences to it. So I don't know what that would be. Would that be an investigation?
Sure.
Hokey cokey. Let's do that then. Well, that's all right. Yeah, 24.
That's more than okay. So as you bend down, I've just got to check what one of your other characters has an ability, and I just want to check what it is before things happen.
Oh, hello. Things are going to happen.
I'm gonna get a pair while he's checking.
Pair of what? So I'm
Yeah,
just checking something on
Lack
Dan's
have
sheet.
does Lack have the advantage on trap, not falling into traps and things?
absolutely not. No.
So I just want to be really clear. As you go up to this body, are you looking or are you touching and doing things
No,
to it?
I'm not touching. No better than that.
Okay. So as you look, you see
I'll
that
do
it's
with a stick.
essentially slumped face down. It's got kind of a ragged cloak over it. You can see a rictus grin on its face, and it looks like both it's got a Chelsea smile basically. Both its jaw has been kind of cut wide, and you can see that both of the lower jaw seems to have been replaced by what looks like some kind of animal bone.
Okay.
This is disgusting in here.
Uh,
Who's been doing this kind of stuff?
I can't help but wonder if, see, not many people know about the secret with seeds, so I think, yeah. So okay.
Hang on.
So he's going to say
we do all know about seed now because
Do you?
in the process of them saving us, their entire everything got blown off, didn't it? Like all their cloak, and then all of their extra bits on top, and just down to sort of bone. In the if I remember correctly, the last thing that
I didn't.
I know I
did.
definitely saw it as well. Yeah,
And I definitely saw it, and Six definitely saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
And I quizzed.
I was the last one out, wasn't I? And I saw her and saw them and told them they were beautiful, however they looked, and then left.
That's right. Yeah, I remember. So
it felt differently when
we're
on the boat.
It's just Ripper, Octavius, and Docs.
Docs.
So just to keep Joffrey up, yeah, I quizzed Six quizzed Faeza on the boat when they had a chat about it on the way over here, and Faeza's response was along the lines of like, despite her curiosity, her respect and relationship with Seed kept her from digging deep and being overly curious about what she was made of and what she was when she was alive. Is that right? And then
so basically Seed was Faeza's friend, so Faeza helped Seed repair but didn't investigate too much into the
and Lack had observed quite a few things but not mentioned it, like Seed not eating or drinking on a regular basis. Like my perception had been enough to see it. I'd kept quiet about it because it wasn't his business. So
I think in this case, Faeza herself has not actually talked to anyone about it, other than sort of briefly touched on it with Six. So Faeza's just going to say, I think I've seen something similar to this before. I don't know, it's not as beautiful as I have seen before, but I don't know what it is, but I have seen this before.
And about plastic surgery, yeah, I've seen a bunch of people get stuff done. Little lift around the eyes, cutler, extra bosoms.
Yes, I don't think that's
a couple of extra bosoms.
That's like Six.
There's a play that goes around about remembering things completely, and there was someone with 3 in those.
Yes, we can always remember it for you if you ask us.
I can't recall the title of that, but I think someone was not totally anyway.
So the other thing you find with that roll, you find, or you can see under the body, because you said you hadn't touched the body, was a broken or shattered glass vial.
Okay.
There is a liquid kind of on the floor.
Can I see what colour? Is it black?
Clear. Clear.
Okay.
Has only she seen it? Or have we all seen it?
Well, you all sit around the body. It's just no one has touched the body.
Does it look at all like the vial that I found in the other body? Except it's whole.
Yes.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah, like it's exactly like this one that I found on the other dead body.
Oh, okay.
The other one that was been eaten by.
And it's unopened.
Yes. Yes, it was, right? It wasn't opened.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how to find out what that is.
Is this dangerous? This thing that you're talking about?
Well, I mean, correlation and causation don't necessarily, just because this one shattered.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is this?
I mean, just because that vial is shattered and this body is very dead, doesn't mean that that's the reason. But it's a safe not to play and risk it.
Yeah. Constellation, constipation, those two things together.
Yeah. I know that too. Yeah,
those two.
Whatever
you just said. Yeah, whatever you just said.
If somebody comes at you with a knife, they're going to stab you. I mean, that's. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
Either way, I wonder if this has any connection to Hawthorne Steele, who was Seed's mentor or whether or not Hawthorne still just is I don't know if he's connected to this at all, but this is
We've
weird.
never really discussed his name. It's quite a striking name, isn't it?
I mean, he's dead. Everyone keeps
He was
saying he's dead.
He was a bard, from what I understand. I
Didn't
don't
he
know.
have a very good look? You know. Don't know. He had a good.
I get it. I'm there. I'm there. It's fine.
I'm there. But anyway, I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe we should carry on and see if we can find anything else out.
Yeah, maybe can we investigate the body further? Maybe manipulate it a
Not
bit to make
without
sure we haven't missed
touching
out
it.
anything. I'm happy to touch it.
So what I would say is,
That's not an issue for docs.
Docs, can you take, specifically because of your particular subclass as a cleric
Yeah.
and your experience with the spectres, can you take a insight or
Yeah.
religion check, whichever is better for you?
Insights. It will be normal, advantage, disadvantage.
Because of your background, you can have advantage.
Well, 21 with.
You might get higher.
Nope.
No. Okay. So with 21, as you think about touching the body, you see the way it's died, and there is a sense of not familiarity to you, but a sense at least of seeing something dead in an unnatural way. That whatever it is that killed this young druidess was not of nature. It wasn't as simple as a yeti or the bears that your friends were just telling you about in the north of the cave. This was enough to perhaps cause whatever soul beings have not to be taken to the underworld, possibly, and to linger on. And you get the sense that, much like the other two corpses that you'd found, disrespect to the corpse might call the spirits back.
Do I know what might happen if I set fire to the corpse?
No, I was about to say the same thing. What happens if we laid them to rest? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could
Well,
do
you would have a
little-
sense that laying to rest would probably help appease whatever spirits may be there. This is obviously, the other two were very clearly dead. One had been kind of chewed out by the owlbears,
Okay.
and the other one by the yeti. But this one you could put to rest.
Okay. Faeza's going to perform. I don't know. I've used my thing this turn, haven't I? Does people want to?
Well, it's
have
more
something
in
or do you
this. Well, it's up to you. It's up to you as a
Okay.
party to decide however you would like to do it. I would say Joffrey's
so-
background subclass is very specialised in dealing with the dead.
I'll say.
Yeah.
In which case, I'll say that I would, but I don't know if the gods that I would pray to are the same as this spirit would pray to. They're of your land, so perhaps.
In my experience, spirits just need permission to leave. They don't really. They're stuck between. They're in a place where they don't really know what you're saying. They just hear your voice and they use it as permission to leave. So if we together, I think, make a bit of
Okay.
a respectful hole and maybe set the bones on fire and say a prayer, I think hopefully it'll be enough.
I can help you with that one, Governor.
Faela, what are the customs of your people? Is there anything additional to what beautiful affectations Docs has talked about that we may need to do to this?
Well, it would depend on the person. She says, kind of slightly horrified by the bodies she's seen. Normally, they would dedicate their bodies to one of the deities, but in truth, not knowing these people or what they wanted, I think just dedicating them to Kaera and the Night Father is probably the best bet. He's the Lord of the Hereafter, and he's in charge of the Great Belief.
I could do some quiet throat singing as well if you wanted to maybe help with the
Yeah, no,
passing.
I'd do it. That would be nice.
Sure.
I think we've already decided on the throat singing. Yeah, we've already said yes to that.
In which case,
What would the ritual be for the night?
I would say
Father?
you would know that. You would know that it's essentially with a certain amount of even incense and candles and just things I'd assume you'd have on you, de rigueur, as your class. You would be able to say some rites and put these beings to rest fairly easily. I mean, you'd also know that it'd probably be pretty sacrilegious to go looting the corpse afterwards. But you would be able to at least put the body to rest and dismiss the spirits.
okay.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Faeza is also going to put a little bit of earth in one hand, and out of a water cask is going to put some water in another hand, and put some coins on the eyes, maybe, and just to let them. find the land that
Faeza.
they live.
They don't do material goods. They don't do coins up here. They do material goods. Slap a bit of meat
It's,
on the eyes or something like that. Something
okay.
tradable. I
The
think they
theory
don't
with
do
the coins-
coins. They
the
don't do
theory-
coins.
theory with the coins though is from heat. Fire would have made the metal would have been melted, so they would have been touched by fire. So and the metal would have come out of the ground as well. So that's the theory.
I
And then-
like that.
You want to melt the coins
Lack is
into his
going to
eyes?
No.
sit opposite where Faeza is with the shard on his lap, meditating in front of the dead body. As
Can you
part
try
of
me an
the-
And then-
insight check, please, Lack?
Yeah.
You
And
can.
basically, you
then-
can have inspiration for the touches of the coins and things because that's really nice. I like things with
That's
four
beautiful.
elements.
Faze is also just going to sit and do a little bit of prayer, and
That's a natural 20
that
on my
adds-
insight.
that adds wind by
Oh.
breath. So that's
Nice.
Do
yeah.
I get inspiration
Beautiful.
for being culturally sensitive and asking the person who lives in this land what customs they would like done? to
Yeah,
them?
can I
very
get
good.
inspiration for my throat singing as well, which is part of the ritual?
Yeah.
If you
do it
actually
first.
do Toven throat singing, yeah.
Don't
Okay.
tell him this, you'll bloody
wanna-
try it, mate. You'll do it.
Okay, wait 1 second. I'm going to move my mic away so I'm not so loud because I said I'd do it quietly. Okay. So I just got to get it out.
What was that about cultural
You'll get it.
cultural
You'll get it.
sensitivity?
Okay. I'll get there.
Can't laugh
Okay.
anymore. Oh, hang on, he's got it.
It's
You got
pretty
it.
good.
Good
All right,
work,
fair
mate.
enough. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, there were at least two different tones there, weren't there? 2 frequencies. Very good.
Sure. You get inspiration. You get inspiration. Everybody gets no.
Cheers,
Yeah,
mate.
you can have it. Whatever. With your 28, as you begin to meditate with the shard, there is a very dissonant hum coming from the shard now, where the spot of kind of blotchy purpleness had entered it after your massacre. Oh,
Oh, speaking of massacres, the
We've
internet's
lost
gone.
someone.
Oh,
No, he's back.
Dan's back.
that's that hotel for you.
Hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, there were dissonant shards in the.
There was dissonant. There was a real sense of dissonance coming from the shard, from the purpley stuff the corruption that seemed to have entered it as a result of your actions on the field.
Yes.
And
Can
it suddenly
I?
feels very uncomfortable trying to do something divine with
Can
it.
I spend my time then, since I can now spot this? Maybe spend some of my key points or something to try and drive that away, or at least lessen it.
Above the table, I will tell you there is something much cooler coming down the line.
Okay.
Jealous.
Okay, I won't do that then. I'll save my key points. Thanks very much.
So, with all of you working together, there you kind of enact this ritual, and you see the body essentially kind of almost fur over, like when you're watching a nature documentary and things rot in real quick time. But it doesn't kind of get to the point where it disintegrates. It just gets to the point where kind of mold grows over it, and almost like the rock embraces it. And you see these twigs and frozen roots come out over the body. And as the face is obscured, Lack, you see one of the spirits just kind of almost walking towards it and lying down in the shape of the body. And you just hear this whispered, "Thank you." And then it
Says thank you.
disappears.
He says thank you.
And then she disappears, and you were left staring at a body.
I
mean,
I'm quite, I'm used to this, but I feel like maybe there were more, weren't there? Maybe we should find the other bodies. And
I
do the
wonder if we
same.
should as well.
Oh, well, there was one up there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was
Yes.
there was one where we were with the Arctic.
Can we
Albert.
flavour it that if there's nothing, we don't run into anything, that we go up there, do the same thing, and come back without having to take
I would
2
say-
sessions to do it?
Me looking at the whole map and knowing what is where, it would be easy enough for you to get back, spend an hour or so to do that on the other 2 corpses, and you sense that in each time
No.
you sense that the bodies are put to rest.
This was
Lovely.
Johnny's ploy to stop part of that trace going. That's it.
Oh god, I genuinely didn't even think of that, right? But
There you
now
go.
you mention it. No, I genuinely didn't even think about it, but yeah. Well, no, 2 hours, that's ridiculous. 'Cause you're only like 5 minutes. Yeah, half an hour to do it all.
Very good. Yeah, I'm
We've
happy.
got 5,000 rounds with part of that trace. We're okay.
Don't tempt him. Let's just keep it quiet.
30,
He'll
I
find a
think.
way. He'll find a way.
No,
So
it's
that's three.
no,
that's
it's
3
10 rounds per
ghosts that
minute.
we go to rest.
Yeah.
10 minutes per minute.
Lack,
Oh, yeah. 300?
Yeah.
your vision extends
Yeah.
much more than ours, doesn't it? You're also
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Sorry, I was too busy on the spectral plane
Yes.
talking to the ghost.
What?
So Lack can see, if I tell you what Lack can see from his viewpoint in here, he can essentially see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 corridors, all leading in different directions. Already from walking through the caves, you get the sense that there are kind of great boulders and pillars, so what looks like several arcing corridors might actually all move around to similar locations. You get the
Well, I
sense...
guess the lesson we've learned is that we should all split up and going down a different corridor.
I feel like that we came from one, so that leaves 6 other options, and I sort of feel like we leave it up to chance.
I tell you what, I'll leave it up to chance. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to point down to one thing. And I turn around and I point, and all 8 of my arms are pointing at it.
If you're all happy to, I'm just gonna. I don't know. Shall we call it east?
Yes,
Sure.
good idea. Let's head down that east one. So
Yeah.
that is a good
Yeah.
idea. Might as well keep pushing forward.
Okay, so then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm just going to move... I don't know why it's
Everyone.
funny and not moving... Why it's not moving people the full distance. Unless I do it one at a time. That's quite frustrating.
You will find
Assuming
a
it's
way.
because all the
We will go
fancy
the
walls.
distance.
No. Right. Okay, so as you all move east, aside from Faeza, who was stuck in a wall, there we go. Another round. You now see a tunnel heading south and a tunnel heading essentially sort of east that you can just about make out hidden behind a pillar.
Let's head east. Keep heading
Yeah,
east, dogs. Keep
east.
moving.
So as you move east, you head into a wall, essentially. I'm not going to make you move there and move back as 2
Okay.
rounds. You see just behind that last pillar, I will move Lack there so it clears the map for everyone, that there is essentially a wall there. And you realise that that tunnel directly to your southeast seems to be another tunnel.
Okay, let's head this way. This way, dogs.
Yes, let's go that.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What's your marching order as you enter this 5-foot tunnel?
I'm
Yeah,
in
there
the
we go.
middle of everyone.
Dogs
Yeah,
is
well-
leading up right behind dogs.
Yeah, I was happy
Okay.
to take point.
Oh,
I'm
no, I'll be able
towards
to
the
move
rear.
people around.
I
Keep-
don't
let's
mind
Oh,
if
Jesus.
I'm at the rear with Toots, who cannot be surprised.
Yeah, that's fine. You at the rear with two.
I guess
Ripper in the middle.
I'll go.
And
I'll
I'm in the
go-
front. I can't be surprised. So
Yeah, that works. I'll go just in front of Faeza.
And if you need to, Brad, we can swap because I can always do a leap if necessary. So
That's
if
all right,
you
I've
might,
got
if it's
range.
more advantageous.
I got range.
Okay,
I'm
sweet.
alright.
So as you stealthily, I'm still taking your last stealth roll,
Thank you.
walk down the corridor, you both see at the front, and manage to stop the others, 2 yetis just in the cave, just growling and kind of backing away from something.
Ooh, they're growling and backing away
Brother.
from something.
Rochambeau.
They're growling and backing away from something.
Now is not the time for water sports. What are you talking about?
How?
So they are distance-wise, they are about 20 feet away from you in the dark.
I mean, can we? I mean, yes.
Do we do?
Kill them? Yes. No.
Okay. So in that case, I'll drop us back into. Would you like to re-roll initiative, or should we keep the same one?
The order in.
Do we get a?
The order's already in Foundry. Yeah.
Do we get a stealth round? I mean, it doesn't really change much, does it?
It really won't change much. These things haven't rolled, so I'll roll them in.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't know the advantages or disadvantages to resetting our or going to chance for our turn order.
No, I think it's.
You might get
Who's
Is that just because you're at the bottom, Christine? Is that why you're like? I think we shouldn't do it.
I genuinely don't. I just genuinely don't understand what it would change. Really, I think I don't know. Unless you guys.
Well, it's just.
I think
in a proper fight, it might mean that a spellcaster could get off a big spell before the enemy goes, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're probably going to save our spells, right?
Yeah,
unless it's something
I'm
horrific down there.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So brilliantly, do you know what? I'm just going to use that one. It's fine. So, okay. Well, first up then is Six.
Oh.
Who you can't quite see round the corner, but you can hear them passing around talk that there are two Yetis standing there.
Okay. Okay. Dogs, you know this land better than anyone, so let us know if there's any sightings of a cave-in or anything that we should worry about. Maybe our path might be blocked. We need to know if there's an exit. Brother, if you make sure you stick close by me, defend me if necessary. I know you have better reach than I do, and we'll need all of your arms, as I have this shield and this sword in mine.
They flex.
Ripper, keep us well. You keep us well up here, keep us well down here as well. Octavius, do what the bird says. And Faeza, do what Toot says.
Yes. Okay.
Follow Toots' lead. She knows what she's doing.
Okay.
And he goes to say something to Faella and just leaves it. And then he'll sort of saunter around the corner. He'll just go around the corner, saunter up to the some Yetis, I think.
Okay, you're about 5 feet away. So you're 10 feet away. You've got a square in between.
Is there? Can I? Yeah. Oh no. Do I have like a forward
away
leap?
from?
Or like, do I have like a sort of? I know that's a tight cave, but is there?
Yeah, that's my thinking. In a tight cave.
I'm not going to be able to.
I'll tell you what. Make an athletics check. DC's 18. If it goes over 18, you pull it off, and you manage to jump low. Like do basically a vertical jump, a horizontal jump.
16.
Oh, so
close.
You try and jump forward, but you kind of bang your head, and you do drop down, essentially where you would have moved.
Yeah.
Not quite able to pull it off.
Okay.
Can you see what they're backing off from?
Not from there. That would be an action, and as he's spoken quite lengthily and then moved.
Who was it? Well, yeah, but I was just doing some flavour for like the idea that Six has to do some sort of leadership. Not that any of that will translate into battle tactics for any of us. If I thought that it might, then I would take that as an action, but it definitely won't. You saw how much sway he had when Docs went in the other direction. So somebody saw them backing away from something beforehand.
You can't see what they were backing away from.
I'm not capable of seeing it yet. Okay, well, I'm going to try the old. I've got my two throwing axes, and I'm going to do that thing he does in Blade, where he sort of like goes into a spinning crouch and then spins around and throws them both. So I'm going to go.
Attacking the one at the north or the south?
Yeah, I'll attack the one at the north first.
Okay, make an attack roll.
That is 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Big.
Cool. That's 10 points of slashing.
Okay.
And then I'll hit the one to the south as well with my axe, which is that one.
So the other one sadly clatters off the wall.
That's when you hit your head on the ceiling. You were throwing.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so there's your two attacks.
Yes, and Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Something's gonna fucking like take my actions in a minute. So I'm not gonna. Just before I do that, my bonus, which is my shove, is there any way of me gaining a bit of ground with it? I know this is just a mechanical question. I don't know.
If it says you can use this to move extra, yes, it does when you shove into people because you're shoving them back, so it pushes them away from you.
Yeah, I suppose it has to make contact, right?
Yeah.
To try and shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Yep. That's my round.
Cool. Ripper, you were up.
Move me in, please, Gov.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I ain't seeing anything either.
So, no, you can see that they are backing off from something that's essentially around the corner to the southwest.
Us, right?
No, they're backing towards the wall away from you.
Oh, fine. Sorry. Okay, that makes sense. Well then, okay. Well then, I'm gonna. I think I'll just ready a javelin in case I see anything come flying out. Oh, do you know? Wait, Six. Which one did you hit with your
North? I hit the one on the north.
Yeah, I might as well give it the old. Actually, no. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. If they're backing away from something, I'm gonna ready my Ray of Frost ring for them for whatever steps out of the darkness.
Cool. And that's what happens then. Docs, your turn.
I'm gonna go for the Zephyr Strike Dread Ambusher combo again, which is always satisfying.
20 feet of movement to move into range then. Yeah.
And I think I basically get 2 attacks, 1 with advantage and 2 extra 1d8s. Yeah. I do not need to roll death saves. I don't know why it told me that, but... here we are. Attack. I'm going to start with advantage. 24.
Definitely hits.
Damage.
Strong.
The Scythe of the Even Star, is that what it is, or have you named it that? Is that
No, it's what it is.
Ah. It just came up and I was like, oh yeah. Okay.
20 damage on the first one.
Yikes!
Okay, so the first one, you just jump forward and just slice through its belly, which just kind of flops out, and it, panicking away, you just see fear in its eyes as it dies against the wall.
Oh my god, that was okay. Yeah, and so I'm gonna. I can't see anything else, can I?
Yeah.
You've got 10 foot movement, so you can move forward.
I do.
Yeah,
I'll
you've still got 10 feet movement.
I'll move forward
You
to
can
the
do
other
that,
edge and stack again.
Sure, go for it.
That's 16.
Hits.
And the other one, the 8. So that's 10 points of damage. That's a lot.
Okay. Cool, so
Yeah.
you leap forward, manage to down one, swinging your slide, jump forward again, and slice deeply in, kind of lacerating a large part of its arm. Next up, Black.
Okay, so I will follow right behind Doc, speeding past, and I will stop just behind him, 5 behind. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go next to him, right to next to him. And I will stab. I come flying through. It's a really weird run where the spear's first, but I'm running forward like it. But my hands are like climbing like ninja warrior. They're climbing across the wall. My feet aren't actually on the ground. I'm like climbing, bracing myself against the wall like a spider. Spear first. If I miss now, it's just going to be awkward, isn't it? So here we go. That is 10 points of damage. 10 points of damage.
Okay, and as you pierce your spear deep inside it, you see again this thing is not looking happy. As you can now see again rivulets of blood gushing over onto the dark ice.
And then I shall just keep running. So my hands will plant into the ground and the spear in it, and I'll just throw myself further forward with the spear into it.
Okay.
Try and drive myself through. 23.
That hits.
For another 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you can see now as you do, you think you may have ruptured an artery or something as it drops to one leg and is looking horrendous.
And I will, of course, then get my hands. My hands are going to do something depending on how it works, basically. If it hits. No. 10.
Does miss. So this time as you go down, the thing just slumps to one knee and your attack passes overhead. Less of a block, more of this thing is just exhausted, dropping to one
And I
leg.
miss. And then I shall take 10-foot step back here.
Okay, no problem. You duck into the corner, stepping over the body of the other one. Wrong one. It is the Yeti's turn. It is going to feebly moving half movement. 5, 10, 15. Let's try and run.
Hit it.
Do I
You're
get an
muted.
opportunity attack?
Get an opportunity attack, yeah.
Oh, smash that poor little Yeti. I mean, I feel
exact
bad
roll.
for it, but yeah. 20,
Hits.
11.
You just cut it in the back as it goes to run, and it just slices through the last bit of its spine that was holding both its arms on. Its arms drop to the floor, and it just lollygags to the front. You see again a growing pool of red.
The last time we saw these Yetis run, there was a motherfucking ice worm! I'm just saying.
Oh god. Okay.
No, we've got the Yetis. Nothing else will happen,
I'm
and
sure there
everything
can
will
be
be fine.
nothing here that would be possibly any threat. Everything is just fine.
Is everything okay down there?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
it's
it's good. It's fine.
Worry
Yeah,
about
they're
down here.
getting really good at murdering Yetis, these two, right? So, like,
You can
Yeah,
see
you
in
know,
Dux's
I
eyes that
helped, you know, I helped.
he's
I'm gonna
sort
move
of
you all into the
starting to
cave.
enjoy the blood. You know, it's.
Oh God.
So as you all move into the
Started.
cave, you see that there is a westward tunnel that, Lack, as you kind of moved around, you would have seen as you were traveling, actually joins up to the south of the main chamber where the ghosts were earlier. So you get a sense that there were two ways into this chamber, and there you all turn and see, not quite like it is on the map, because I'm not an artist, but actually like half frozen into the ice wall in a recess in the cave to the east. There is a body almost like in carbonite reaching out, and it has the eyes of a human, but just black streaming down both its faces. The lower part of the jaw almost seems to be like a crocodile or something, and one of its hands is actually like an eagle claw, and it's just seems to be in a rictus of pain, frozen, and its chest is just completely slashed and hollow.
Is it alive?
Another one.
Definitely not.
Does this feel like a good cliffhanger to have a quick break on?
Sure. Let's
Seems
go
like
to a
it
good
could
break
be
and go
right.
have a week. Absolutely.
That's a win. Thank you so
Good break.
much.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Take us out, Brad. We'll be back soon, folks.
wearing...
Was that actually? Oh, good. Thanks. Wow.
You told me to be quick.
Stream.
You told me to
I
be
said,
quick.
Brad, count us in, and he went, 3, 2, 1, you're in.
Dropped.
Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Right. So last we came, you had found a Han Solo-esque carbonated, horrendous corpse, half in the frozen wall, half out, gashed open, hollow chest, kind of animalistic skull, rictus agony across its eyes again, very dead.
Should we
Should
do
we do the spirity
we-
thing?
Yeah. Do you want to get rid of two more coins, Faeza, and then we can
Yeah, before we do that, can we
Mm.
just have
You're
a little
muted,
look? Can I
Sean.
see if it's definitely like the other bodies? Is it like druidic,
It is.
like a druid, like an initiate, or is it?
Make an
Older.
investigation check.
Yeah.
Or a medicine
I'd like
check.
to know- I'll do investigation. But what I'm looking for is to see if it is a druidess initiate. Sorry.
Hmm.
And if it's if I can tell if it's an older, like if it's an earlier experimentation or a later one. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Let's see what you roll.
Oh well, fuck that. It's a natural one.
So an 8.
Yes, Christine, let it out. Let it out.
I will
What's
remind
that
you,
about?
you do have advantage from earlier because you have inspiration.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can choose
Yeah,
to
I'll
use your
do that.
inspiration should you wish.
Do I use it now? No,
Your
I'll
choice.
hold on to my inspiration.
Okay,
No, I'll hold on
So
to
as
it
you
for a bit.
look, you find it hard to tell a lot. This thing looks so disfigured. And as it's kind of half frozen into the wall itself, kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some insighty perception something.
Yeah. Afterwards, I want to check if it's got a pulse or if it's living, if I get any signature of it living or something. Or does anybody have the ability to check that?
I mean, its rib cage is torn asunder.
There's literally nothing in its chest, but sure, check if it's living.
Oh, so we're 100% sure that this thing.
Yeah.
When you say frozen in carbonite, my brain goes, "Oh, is this thing frozen in a state?"
Also-
But it's...
No, I said it's half frozen in and out of the wall with its chest burst open, complete cavity, like dead eyes and things.
Also,
Oh,
on the
okay. So we're
carbonite.
looking for the thing that popped out of the
Just met
chest.
ghosts.
Yeah.
So dead isn't necessarily not a threat. Do you know what I mean? We've met
Yeah,
ghosts
true.
and zombies.
Yeah.
So
That's
and
very
the last time we burned that body and then one of the ghosts went into it or whatever you said.
That happened with all 3 corpses that you'd gone back and you'd found the other 2 and you'd done that, and the 3 ghosts that had
This
seemingly
isn't the
disappeared.
third one.
This is the 4th one.
Oh, okay.
This
So
is the 4th
yeah.
body frozen in the wall.
So I rolled a 23 on my insight to see if this is anything like the others.
So as you are looking, you see that it doesn't appear to be human, obviously, but even beyond that, looking at whatever was stitched together to make this thing, it does not seem to be human. You see that the inside where the chest cavity was is completely corroded and damaged, as though it had some kind of very violent poison or acid inside it. From things the others would have seen, you'd figure out it has the same effect as those people you'd seen who had been under the effects of the corruption for a long, long time. You do just about make out, kind of looking through the ice at where it's the back of its head is essentially frozen half in, that instead of hair, it almost looks like a tentacle.
Shall we
Six
burn
is
it, put
backing
it
away
to
a little
rest,
bit.
thingy, something?
So
Well,
you're going to do the ceremony again then? Sorry, was that...
I'm
Unless
going to
anyone
say that
objects, I think so, yeah.
I think
First, I
they-
want to check if we're safe here.
I'll
How'd
warm
you
up
do
the
that?
vocals again.
I think it's still a creature of this world, so the gods would have, however it suffered, the gods would have looked after it before. So perhaps we should do the process. Do that.
Yes, I think. Yes,
I'm just
I'll
going to
look into
stand
that.
guard at this somewhere. I might ask Octavius or someone who's applicable. Maybe Octavius can stand guard at the north, and I'll stand guard at the south just in case, because I'm a bit wary about this. And I'll let everybody else fight about whether this thing deserves to be burnt or whatever. Six is like, right, now it's time to see if we need to be on guard.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, so Faeza and I, shall we do the thingy?
Oh, you
Okay.
should leave me out this one, are you,
Listen,
Docs?
I'm trying really
Oh, I
hard
Yeah, I
not
didn't
to
like.
not to meta this, but Lack somewhere deep down. There's a voice like ancient knowledge that's somewhere in his brain that is telling him to freak the living fuck out, and he seems a little bit wobbly on his feet. Suddenly,
Well,
his
Six
brain
doesn't think you
even
should
more
burn it,
pressure.
really, right? Like Six doesn't think you should burn this thing. It's weird, and who knows
Well, we
what.
didn't-
It,
we
you
didn't
know.
burn
The other
it.
ones were weird.
didn't
when we did
burn
that
them.
to them.
We didn't
Yeah,
burn
we're not
them.
burning them. We're doing a little burial thing.
It was just a
Okay.
little ceremony, just
We're
to
hoping to lay the
it's a prayer
spirits in this.
basically,
Yeah.
with a little offering that's not going to. It's not burning anything. That's why I went for the metal coins, because I was like, well, it's not setting fire to it, because I didn't want to piss off the ghosts. But it is.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, fair enough.
That's the
Yeah,
nearest thing I could think of that would have touched fire, but isn't fire. you
yeah,
know?
no, good call,
So-
good call. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Shove
that
a
makes
thermal
sense.
cube up it. That thing's fire, but not fire, isn't it? It's warmth, but not fire.
No, because I want to touch that again.
Just press the digitate it.
No, I would still know.
Okay,
no.
so you again repeat the ritual. This times, this you got me. This time round, no one else needs to know. It's fine. This time round, I actually can't get past it, Dan.
What's going on?
I'm a professional. You don't need to know. It's fine. As you commit the ritual, it all passes off exactly as it did before, with kind of parts of the stone covering the other one. This time you see no ghost, no spirit come to claim the body at all. But you do feel like the ceremony has come to completion and you have laid this body to rest.
Okay. Well, that hopefully has stopped any spirit sneaking up on us, because frankly, that spirit would scare me more than the other spirits. So good. Marvellous. Moving on.
Okay.
Let's carry on.
So, looking at the time and looking at what you've left to explore, I can spoilerly reveal that you spend the next 20 minutes or so kind of exploring the cave, and you find nothing else except a northward passage in the very northeast that eventually leads down to
Equally
another
down.
map.
Saturday night.
Oh,
I will move you on to
And
the
the
next
next floor, you do the same, and we look around, we push right down.
Okay, who's first onto this floor?
I'm happy to keep taking
I
point.
like the
don't
running
mind.
order from before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to pop Docs
So we're
on
going
there.
Docs,
You like the
Lack,
from before we
Six.
Docs is in the front. That's what you like.
I mean, I'm also one of the. I don't think I'm the only one who hasn't taken any damage, haven't I? Like you all got eaten by a ice.
Well,
worm,
if
so-
you can
we
call
lost Dan
like
again. There he is.
getting old,
Back.
rapidly aging, not taking damage. Yeah.
That's true.
Back.
I only lost 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
It went quite well for you.
Yeah.
Faeza, and
Which
of
map are we
course.
moving on to? Sorry.
So it should be pulling you onto. Oh, is it not pulled you across? It should be pulling you
I've
onto
got a
Ice
grey
Cave.
screen.
It
I've
is.
got a
It'll
grey-
just take some while to load up.
That's fine because we can vamp a little whilst it's loading. I need to find the
Docs,
other.
do you feel any different now that you've aged some years? Do you feel a mental or a physical change? And he gets his little notebook out and he starts to make.
No,
Wait,
I think- I
wait.
think-
Can we talk about aging? I thought he just got his hair done.
No, you can see there's
No.
wrinkles around the eyes. His paunch.
Oh, didn't he
is
have,
slightly,
didn't he have those already?
Hey, I feel attacked.
Dad bod, I believe they call it. Father bod. That's what they call it.
Father Fig in Erionwel.
Father fig. Yeah. The older father fig, you know.
There was a man that sang about that at in our village. Jose, Miguel.
I don't recall this. Why don't you give us a little sample?
I will be your father figure. Let me love you, baby. Do you not remember?
Brother, takes
the
me
love
right
that-
back. Yes, I know. Takes me right back, yeah. Much better than all this music here in Janella.
Let's like their food,
That
you know.
sounds
Yeah.
sounds nothing
Yeah.
like Chanel and music.
Oh, go on. Do you want to tell us what
Why
some of the
don't you-
music sounds like then?
Best
Go on
stuff.
then, Octavius. You can sing
that
us some Chanel music, mate.
There was that fast sower, female fast sower. She used to sing about all of her ex-boyfriends.
Yes, remember that song.
Yes, she was. She was a
Christie's-
good.
I can't figure it out. Female fast forward.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I thought
like
you were
that
talking
one.
about
That's
Adele because that's mainly her 3 discs is about her
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend, aren't they?
Yeah.
You've got nothing else to sing
Just
about.
a technical point.
Mm.
I've apparently pulled you all over to the map. Can you all see a loading screen on there? Is it
Yes.
loading a new
No, I
map
can
for
see
you?
the map,
Or is it-
yes.
Yeah,
I've
loading.
loaded in, but I've got no tokens apart from Faela. I mean, Faela.
Faela.
You
You've
are
been
there.
waiting for
You're
that
just in the
one.
wall.
You've been waiting for that.
Okay, Jeff, you wouldn't mind just refreshing your Foundry just to
We're
make
in.
sure if it
We're in.
is
I'm in.
just
I'm refreshing mine. It
I'm in.
hasn't
marvellous.
rezzed in yet, but
I'm in.
I'm sure.
I'm in.
There we go.
But
I'll
I
manage,
don't
just
own
move me
a
initially,
token with vision in this scene, apparently.
Okie day, let me check the thing.
The thing?
You definitely do. You definitely do. Because I can see you. You are there. Your tokens are in the scene.
I cannot see my
No,
Has it
the only
reset
token I
your-
can see is Faela.
I can only see a blue.
Oh, brilliantly, because again, it has for some reason reset your vision. This I will just go and do this manually.
Ripper,
for
why don't you give us
all.
some of your throat singing while we're waiting?
Brother, why don't you do some of your beat poetry you've been working on?
Yeah.
Maybe. I tell you what, Ripper can do the throat singing, and you do the beat poetry over the top.
Go. I just laugh every
No?
time.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just waiting. Creature frozen in life, in time. It lies there, hole in its chest, hole in its head, hole in its heart.
Hole.
And he
Okay,
waits for
so
the
you have token vision.
waits for the applause. No,
Oh,
no
that's a
token
different
vision.
continues,
No.
my friend.
Shall I
And
refresh?
anyone who just randomly connected to the stream now does not know what's happening.
I'm not sure I know what's happening.
No, none of
You
us
know,
do
that's
anymore.
just off the top of my head. Normally, I write them down, agonize over every word. That was just a little. I don't know what it's called. Maybe I've invented a new type of music where you just do it straight away. Yeah. You just do it straight away. You don't even think about it. You improvise. You look around.
Style
Yeah.
free.
All the style comes out all free like. Yeah. I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah. I think I invented it.
Okay,
you know?
well, I be stumped because
Well, is it possible to theatre of the mind it? So our lovely viewers, all 2 of them.
kind of. Yeah, sure. We'll start it, and maybe it will work because all the settings are identical to the last map.
Well, I've
I guess
refreshed now,
Foundry's
it's
just
frozen.
having.
It's
a
changing
moment.
now. It's
Yeah.
changing
Well,
in
we're
front
all,
of
we're
my
all moving
face.
as a squad anyway, Johnny. So
Yeah.
you know,
Just changing in front of
Cool.
my face.
changing right
So-
in my eye.
It's reloaded, but I don't have a token in the scene.
Yeah, me too.
You definitely do. You're there.
Mine's not even loading.
It's fine.
I
So you
just
find
like
yourself
black
in
square.
a. I'm gonna describe
layer.
it.
I don't know how Foundry works. Are they on the right layer?
Yeah. There. I have not done layers in this one. It's just a
Wow.
single layer.
We just drag it.
They.
All the single layer, all the single layer.
We just did. That's what I think, Dan.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay, let me try this. I'm going to drop you on. Does that
Come on,
appear for you,
because-
Lack?
I've seen that. Yes,
Okay,
I've seen
right.
I can
that.
see that.
I just did. Okay, right. So it doesn't do it if you're not already in the scene, which is
I can.
redunculous. Let me just drop docs in then.
There you
go. I've got Shakira in my head. for some
Faeza
reason.
was down there. Ripper was kind of in the middle. 6 was
Yeah, what does-
Dar.
I think while mine's loading in, we need to know what Chinellan music sounds like.
It's all dreary. It's like you sit at the window when it's raining and you look out,
Yeah.
Well,
and that's
it'd
how your
be-
heart feels.
It'd be
So you
Greco-Roman, wouldn't it? Sort of styly.
Yeah, it's just lots of
What does that
lyres
sound like?
and
What does that sound
harps
like, Brad?
and
I've,
What does that sound like, Octavius?
I cannot do string instruments with my mouth, unfortunately.
You could try. I mean, you could try.
Man,
I'm not going to though.
I love you, Brad.
lots of just Gregorian plain chant. Basically, it's all fourths, fifths, and octaves. It's good
There
stuff.
you go.
Okay,
Try that.
Nickelback, basically, is what you're saying. or Chad Kroger, or Chad Kroger stuff. That's what I heard you say anyway, and that's canon now. We've all decided. We've all decided.
You should be loaded in, and I move past this.
I haven't.
with-
I haven't loaded in. This is why it's getting worse and worse.
So then you're just going to have theatre of the mind. So we log up with Docs. Docs, can you see, or do you need me to describe?
Yes, no, it's good. It's a ice
Cool.
passage.
So for everyone else who can't see, you are in a narrow ice tunnel that is now wending its way downwards. You can feel the floor is both slippery and sloped. As you move a single round, I'll move you all 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which accidentally puts 2 people into the wall. So let me just move those people out. You find that the passage is coming round. You see a clinging to the wall what looks initially to be a bird, until a sharp head turns to look at you and these bright eyes flash orange, and then it flies off into the cave.
Do I recognize this ice bird?
Make a nature check for me.
Natural.
Or history, your choice.
Octavius's bird recognized the ice bird. That's the question.
Can't see it, he's not far enough around the wall yet.
12.
Also, because
You're gonna
It
find a bit
looks
perspective with
similar
me because
to
my
something you've
foundry
seen.
is still broken. So
yeah, me
my
too.
family's
Cool,
fine.
And
thank you.
all I
can
can
do
do
that.
with theatre of the
So
mind is
essentially,
imagine Chad
Docs-
Kroger is everywhere. Do whatever you want, Johnny. Say whatever you want, but everyone's going to be Chad Kroger
Oh, I
now
will.
until you get my.
So you, as you're looking around, you essentially see. Well, it doesn't look like a bird. It has the appearance of these kind of
Long
short,
hair.
almost bat-like wings, long face, kind of bright orange eyes, and it looks a little bit like it might be related to some of the nymphs or fey creatures you've seen in woodlands before, but it seems to be adapted for an icy environment. It does not look as natural. Again, it seems to have been influenced by this space in somewhat.
But it doesn't seem like it's attacking us or anything, so we could ignore it.
No. Well, for the moment, sure.
I will walk into that nook and check. There's nothing in that hole.
Okay, so as you move forward, make me an investigation check, please. So I'll move everyone else up and round as we're doing it.
16.
So as you look, it appears you can see the tiny icy claw holes on the wall where this thing was dug in, and it seems to have clung in with some kind of sharp talons. It has since disappeared. From there, you can see another creature that looks around at you. It's exactly the same, and then flutters off into the darkness of the cave.
So much for stealthing.
I mean,
just-
I think these things need a hero to save them, but I'm not going to stand here and wait.
I'm just gonna go east a bit more, just to make sure we're not getting. Oh,
So as you go east, you see a separate passage that leads south.
so shall we take passage 1 or passage 2?
South, so it's basically southwest or southeast, for those that can't see. It's almost like you've
Remember
doubled back on
what I
yourself.
said?
pass
You
without
have
trace
two
is still up.
options.
Don't forget.
You
Which
have
way
have two
did the
options. You
icy
flip a
birds go?
coin, and then choose the first one anyway.
Which way did the birds go? The not birds.
The
go?
other one, they went southwest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe not that way.
Which
Potentially.
tunnel smells the most foul?
What
Pick that
would
one.
Make an insight check. You can make an insight check to see if you would like to know which one
Yes.
smells the least foul, or perception I'd also allow.
Oh my god, I rolled a natural 20. 28.
Hey!
28.
He's thinking, what will kill them less?
Which direction are we going? And this is how you remind me of which way we're gonna go.
It smells more They both smell
Like Teen Spirit.
There's
Oh
a
no,
kind
that's
of-
somebody else. That's somebody else.
like a kind of a beefy smell. It's hard to describe, like mud and cow, essentially.
Oh,
It's quite a lot stronger. Suddenly, you've been smelling a lot of the kind of the clean ice, and even the Yeti kind of quite camouflaged in their smell. You're suddenly smelling a very strong, pungent odor of something fleshy.
That must be the
both-
beefcake
and
Chad
they
Kroger
both-
I'm smelling.
They both go. They both passageways. The same.
Yeah, it seems fairly even.
what's a fleshy smell? Like a
Oh, come here,
swamps
come
of
here, I'll show you.
Dagobah sort of smell.
No, more.
Um,
I mean, not a million miles off.
Right.
Shall we? Let's go east. I like that. There were less birds. I feel like maybe they wouldn't have warned.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Less likely to
So
try
as
to walk into a
you
swarm of
move
them, aren't they, I
east,
suppose?
you find yourself moving round the narrow tunnel that winds back on itself,
Well,
and eventually you come to. Well, can everyone just roll me a stealth check as you move forward? Obviously, you've still got your +10 from Pass Without Trace.
and that's a 34. Excellent.
Fairly well
Oh
hidden.
my god.
my
27
God.
at disadvantage.
I know. I rolled a 24 at disadvantage, which is ridiculous.
I rolled a 19 and a 17 on my stealth check.
I got 20, a dirty 20, and Toots got a 14, even with the +10.
Oh, I need to roll stealth. Sorry, I was trying to sort
Okay.
19 with the +10.
So Toots just massively gave us away.
22.
It's
22.
Maybe.
14, it might
We'll
be
see.
alright. 14 might be okay. And
Hey.
I'm going to put
We got
this
some
out.
very
right.
high numbers in the group.
Everybody thinks
I-
that Toots is
I
made
can
of
see
just
now,
metal,
but-
and that is not true. So she's like made of a mix of materials like metal and wood and some
A neoprene
shell-like-
fabric that's completely
Yeah.
soundproof.
No, but it's true. I said this. When she was built, I said
little rubber
she's made of
pads on her feet.
lots of different materials. I
Mhm.
just said this, but she's not some metal counting machine.
No.
She's
No,
a
that's
mix of
true, yeah.
different materials.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Especially
she's
on the
got-
pads, like a cat or a dog, right? You'd have like quiet pads on the feet and stuff like that, wouldn't you? Yeah, yeah.
Bits of
Like
human
giant
flesh
tucky
stuck on the
claws.
head, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So
No.
like bits of dog and
It's a human
Yeah,
flesh like
well,
dog.
Human
It was a
eyeballs
long
is-
day down.
Anyway, I'm in Foundry now, so that's exciting.
Good.
I'm
So
on
as
Foundry
you're
too, and there's no Chad Kroger. I'm extremely
as
disappointed.
you're looking forward, what you see is you're staring into what looks to be the ruins of a building, completely encased in ice. There seems to be a broken pillar in front of you that, for most of you, is obscuring your sight. Although I do think, because actually someone has light on them.
Me.
Yeah, I know.
It
So
should
it's
be
actually
me.
yeah, it hasn't updated. There we go. So most of you can make out these three kind of flapping creatures flapping round something. Lack, from his position, sees a giant hunched figure just leaning over, far bigger than the Yetis, just hunched over its back to you. And you all just hear this kind of low moaning, keening sound.
Right, well, you guys are the murder aficionados, so do you want to just jump straight in there and give it the old stabby like you guys have been doing for everything else up in here?
I mean, do we...
there's something very big in here. There's something very big in here.
do we have any inclination to see if it's good, evil, creature-like
I don't know. Do you have any abilities that allow you to do that?
insight? Is it undead? Okay, I can definitely know if it's undead, right?
You can, yeah, because you can use your Path of the Grave, feature Eyes
Yeah.
of the Grave, or whatever it's called. Flickers on this thing is not undead.
I mean, as much as I like the enthusiastic killing, let's make sure we
Johnny, did you describe that statue, by the way? Or that
I
thing?
did not, because again, the initial thing you would have seen is a large thing, but if you'd like to make me a perception check, we'll see what you can see about the statue.
Thank you. Oh, 16.
Okay, so I'm working with the limited assets of
Sure.
Incarnate, so I will deviate slightly from what you actually see. So what you see to the southeast is a once golden statue, now long tarnished, covered in frost. It appears to be a figure, hard to make out if it's male or woman or man. It's quite, well, A, partially frozen, B, it's kind of almost androgynous in its features. And it seems to have 6 arms, but they're not really arms. They almost seem to resemble fins, as in when you see like not koi fish, like some of those really expensive Japanese fish where they have those kind of long waving, almost like wing fins rather than arms.
Goldfish.
And everything seems very fluid. And this figure just seems to be sat, not quite in lotus position, but sat still.
Oh, do you reckon you could hug that before later?
And looks like a statue.
For that roll, as far as you can see, that is a statue that is just
Sure.
very old.
And then the thing that looks like a bucket in the top.
Okay, make me another perception check. Your crazy ability, meaning you're not rolling at disadvantage in dim light.
27.
Whoa.
That is a very good roll. It seems to be a broken font, initially made of stone, cracked with age. Now bits of it are smashed onto the floor.
Okay. I will relay, in whispered form, very quickly, that information to my group.
Does this ring any bells, other than what you've already said?
And make an insight check.
Insight. 23.
You've never personally seen anything like this, but this has the feel almost of a temple, but definitely not a temple, because why would there be a temple out here, and who would it be to? And there would be like an altar and stuff like that. This just seems to be a statue and a font and a really large hulking keening creature.
Do we reckon those?
Didn't
Yes.
weren't we told that this next sin would be at a temple of some sort?
Is it a
You're
sin
right.
or is it a god?
Make an insight check.
Oh, okay. No memento, por favor. Oh, that's all right. I got 19.
Okay, with 19, you don't recognise the features of this as anything you've ever seen, but you do recognise the style. The style of this statue is absolutely reminiscent to the tomb you had been in earlier, the Tomb of Belian. And it seems that the statue itself is in the style of that central prison that you had been in.
Okay.
Can I have been watching these ice thingies?
They are just
While
fluttering around the giant creature.
Oh, can I don't think I can see the giant creature from where I am, but like I assume it's behind that pillar.
Yeah.
Can I have been
That's what I
looking
told
at
you.
that giant creature for a bit?
Sure,
using
you could
my
edge.
know my enemy.
If you're going to try and sneak further closer to actually get line of sight, you would need to sneak up to there, which would take you out of the kind of dark alcove you're stealthed into. So you could make it an additional stealth roll to move up and have a look, if you'd like.
Has
I-
Sean's eyesight been added to him? His dark vision been added to him?
Yeah,
Oh, for some
Yeah.
reason I can.
60 feet of dark vision.
Okay.
Above the table, if this is similar to where the angel was, did we ever work out if the angel was a baddie or a goodie?
Yes. The angel was a baddie.
We haven't had a
we've
proper
been
conversation
told-
about it.
We've been
Off
told
Loki
he was a
said he was a
baddie,
baddie.
but
I've
we're
been
not
told by a
totally
person
sure.
of indiscriminate
Yeah.
dodginess that he
Yeah.
was a baddie. But Lack believed him.
Okay.
If I switch places with Lack, by the way, just quickly, then I can maybe do it from there. I can see the monster from there.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah, that's fine.
can we reskin it a bit like that? I've been knowing my enemy for a bit because I don't ever get to use this. It might be the first time I may actually be
Cool.
able to use
Read
it.
me the description.
You spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside combat. You can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you if the creature is equal, superior, or inferior in regard to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice. And then I can pick from the list.
Okay.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to before you even ask a question, superior and superior. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Okay.
Unless he picks intelligence, right?
So, but
No,
this
still
is again
superior,
above the
sorry,
table.
sorry.
Last time when we were in Bellion's grave or temple, whichever
Yeah.
it was, if I remember correctly, there was a statue, but there was a tomb behind the statue. So the statue itself wasn't the baddie. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't think that statue is a creature. It
There's
is
two-
No, there is
two
another
different
creature,
things.
Faeza, that Faeza can't see. So there's like a giant hulking white mass of a creature larger than the Yetis. It's got this kind of stony back that's just behind the pillar.
Sorry, misunderstood. Thank you very
That's
much.
okay.
But smart about the tomb
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
behind
yeah.
the pillar. We should definitely, when we get,
Yeah.
if whatever we end up doing, we should check behind this statue.
Okay, okay.
I might ask what its armor class is in relation to me if we get to a minute in time, obviously.
Yeah, I would say easily gets a minute.
So
Inferior.
I've got inferior to mine. I've got an armor class 20. It's inferior to mine.
Yep.
Okay.
And
suppose
then
that's-
you get to know
suppose
one more
that's
thing, don't
something.
you?
Oh yeah, you shit. Yeah, you're right.
I was already wrong.
I just thought it was worth checking because then like especially when it comes to armor class.
Oh, 100%. Good question.
I mean, but inferior to his armor class could mean that it's got an armor class of 19.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's still like doable rather than 23 where we start
Yeah.
shitting ourselves and running.
And thanks, Johnny, because I've never been able to use
No,
this.
it's
kind of
good
fun.
ability. It's good use of it.
Yeah, this is super cool.
I guess it's worth asking for current hit points. I mean, I expect it to be my current hit points max is 81.
Superior.
Okay.
So as you look out into the kind of icy darkness, seeing it, it's still got its back to you. Again, it's making this low, keening cry. You see that its back does appear to be stony and fairly hard, but you can see patches of skin that you think are less well-armoured than your heavy armour. You would also see from its just size, you would guess that it is a fairly tough creature in terms of constitution and ability to take pain. Probably tougher than you.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
As an individual,
I hope you're
I
not
should say.
insulting my
Yeah, yeah,
brother,
yeah.
huh? He's tough. He's tough. He's not even scared. Walls might fall down on him, and the earth will collapse on him. Are you, brother?
Well, I'm a little bit afraid of exactly the thing that you described. Anything other than that, other than
Okay.
being in a small
I
tiny
think
space.
my only
Alright.
question would be: is there any way I can see if this is a creature that we could have a conversation with? 'Cause that's my only concern. If the answer is no, I mean we can whack it.
Just talk to him, dogs. You could just
I knew
walk
this.
up to
Listen,
him.
so there
go
was
ahead,
this.
close.
Sorry, DM, say that again.
You could just try talking to it. Ryan, you were going to say something?
There was this guy, right, in my hometown. He was this big guy, really angry all the time, and his wife used to come out and just be like, "Listen, big guy, sun's getting real low." And it'd calm him down, and he'd be all right.
And
and
a big
they'd
hulk
go
of a
home.
man, wasn't he? Big
Yeah,
hulking
yeah,
man.
it was a big hulk of a man. Yeah. So maybe we could try the sun's getting low technique on this one.
Right, I said, how about I go to talk to it, and
I'll
you
come
guys
with- well,
stay hidden,
take-
maybe stay,
When
maybe
he
stay.
goes forwards, I'm going
Yeah.
to draw my crossbow and have that ready.
Okay.
Maybe everyone do that.
Very.
Take six with you.
And
Take six with you.
can I hold an action to if this creature takes a swipe at Doc's, fire my arrows at it? Is that possible?
Shy.
Sure. So as Dox steps forward,
Yeah, I'll go with Docs actually. Yeah. But as a silent guardian, I won't say anything at all.
we'll see. And
I
as
know,
you just
right?
step
Yeah.
forward-
I'd just like to move so I can see what's going on, really.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, a little
I'll stick on
sidestep into
around.
the room, I think, if we all, because I can't actually see it from where I am. There we go.
So as you move in, and as the two walk forward, Faeza's now able to kind of come around the corner and sees it, and she just whispers to Lak, "Holy mother, I've never seen an ice troll before. Not this far south." And
information.
as Doc steps, you've got a guide. As Doc steps forward, the creature turns to you, and as its head turns round, you see it can't actually stand up. Even though you're in the ruins of the building, the ice has grown over so many years that it is now essentially 10 feet high, just a standard room height. And this creature's hunched, and it just turns round, and the keening sound stops. So you see the three strange flying creatures just kind of just buzzing around it, almost like pets, I guess. And it looks at you and says, "Why you come?"
Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low.
We thought you might be lonely.
I am lonely.
You've been here a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
What do you do?
You see this furrowed look of consternation across it as it tries to stop people, but people go. Friends, but they lock me out.
Stop people from what?
From going to bad place.
There's the bad place.
Yeah. And you see it kind of shuffle out of the way, and as it moves, you see that beneath it looks to be arcane sigils scrawled in a circle on the floor.
Do you know how long you've been here?
Long.
How would you like to go for a walk and we'll take over for a while?
Oh, go on,
Hey.
mate. Trust me, it's really good to stretch your legs, right? It's
Yeah,
Make a
just
really
10
persuasion
good.
roll.
Persuasively, it's really great to stretch your legs.
Make a persuasion
I'm
check.
scared. I'm genuinely.
Who's
scared.
rolling this persuasion?
Well,
I'll do it.
You could go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, Rip
That's
does
a
it.
Let Ripper do
19.
it.
Nice.
He turns and goes, my back does hurt, but not allowed to go. Won't I get trouble?
No,
Who
no,
made
no.
you?
Well,
We will talk to your boss.
Who told you to
Who is
stay?
your boss?
Shit.
It was Lady.
Okay.
Go on. Does the lady have a name?
Her name. She does.
It's alright, take your time, mate. You've been here a long time.
Leah.
I'm going to turn to Faeza and say, have you heard of the name Leah? Is this someone that the druids might know of?
Sorry, Nia or Leah?
Faeza.
Whatever that was.
Leah.
Leah.
Faeza will make a very public insight check.
Neil Young.
She says,
He's off.
yeah. Do you mean Lena? You know, lady. Yes, we all know the Daughter of Storms. Wait, you know the Daughter of Storms?
Who's the daughter of Storm?
No, Leah. She lady. So you would have been told on your journeys that Docs would have told you that Daughter of Storms is the water goddess in the north.
Yeah. This is the lady we may have come to rescue, huh?
I wonder if it is. Yeah.
Well,
Rescue.
we know
Can
now
you
from-
watch? Me walk, you watch, and then me
Good
come
idea.
back, you go.
That's a great idea. We'll swap places. Please be careful outside. There is a big ice worm, and we may have upset it somewhat. Please
Oh,
don't
my
get
God.
eaten by it.
I hungry.
I know so
And-
you can...
Oh,
Okay.
maybe.
Well,
you
I
could-
mean, if you want to eat the ice worm,
Yeah.
go for it.
Before you,
Then-
what's your name, troll?
Oh,
Oh, that is his name.
That's
It's a strange troll name, that is.
I don't remember.
How
Would you
about we
like
give
one?
you a name?
you make a name.
Give name?
Do you like
How
the name
about we call
Strong?
you, or we could call you
Strong.
friend?
Friend.
Strong friend.
Yeah.
I didn't have name, now got two.
Strong friend Barnaby.
Strong friend Barbie.
Well, I
That'll do.
didn't say that, but it's your choice.
Well,
Call
strong.
yourself Stuck Ven. I picked up a little bit of Norman Guardian. It means strong friend. Stuck Ven.
Kirken.
Good, great.
That's
Good
the
girl.
Perfect. Amazing. So
Good.
good.
Kurt Cobain. That's right, Kurt Cobain.
Ben.
You-
Chad.
No,
Oh, you
let-
should be called Chad Kroger, please. I'm
Too late.
walking away.
No, this
It's
is
Kurt
good.
Ken.
Nickelback.
Go
is
again.
taking
I
up
like
this
Strong
Friend.
episode.
Yeah.
Strong friend is nice.
Nickelback in
Yeah,
this
So
episode.
as he
Thank you.
Kurt
Crawls.
Ven is a strong friend. The show.
as he crawls on his essentially front legs, he pulls himself forward towards the cave, and it's a real Winnie the Pooh moment as he can't quite get through, and he sort of
Yeah,
shuffles
mate.
out a bit and looks at you and goes, maybe I just have a nap, but you no let anyone go in. Must stay safe.
No, of course not.
We can go in. We won't let
Yes.
anyone go in.
Yes.
Don't let anyone else go in.
We won't let
Make
I
a
anyone.
promise you
persuasion
that.
check.
Yeah.
I promise you that, my friend. We
He's
won't
Make a
got,
let
persuasion
anyone
check,
else.
Ripper.
he's got good persuasion.
Yeah, always
We won't
Ripper.
let
Always Ripper.
Anyone else with an
Okay,
18, we won't let anyone else come in. That ain't us.
Okay. And he goes, well, okay. And he just lies down.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Before he sleeps,
Alright?
before he sleeps, can I ask about the statue?
Yeah.
Who is that statue of?
Lady.
So that is Lena.
Lady picture.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Very good, Chad.
Okay. Okay. Well, you have some sleep, and we will see you when you wake up.
And these three flying creatures still swarm around him and manage to. They're almost acting as guardians, making sure that nothing comes near him or hurts him. And you are essentially in an abandoned temple. I'll move you all into the central bit so you can all see everything.
Okay.
And you see a broken table frozen to ice, a broken chair that looks like it's probably been smashed by something very heavy sitting on it a long time ago. It's in fact started to fossilize some of it. And then the statue, the broken fonts, and these arcane sigils.
Okay. Could I have a look at the sigils and see if I recognise the text at all?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okie dokie.
Can I help her? Because I saw them. I saw some sigils as well in the first.
Sure. Have advantage on the roll.
Thank you. There's one. Oh, that's lucky. Thanks. Well, that was a 16, which isn't too terrible. But the next one's better. Hooray! It's 25.
Yes.
With
That's great.
the exact DC you needed to get all the information,
Yes! Carry on.
you recognise
Ready.
a few things. Firstly, you see that these are definitely magical in some sense. You recognise that these are arcane spell casting signs. You kind of sense that you see elements of something you'd recognise as the School of Conjuration in them. You're not entirely sure what it is for a moment, but then as you're sat talking and this kind of memory hits you, you've seen circles like this. In fact, circles like this were the only way to get into the upper cities where you're from. And you have a sudden inkling that this is a teleportation circle.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Do we see how to activate it?
You do not.
So they're basically, are they Zawatian?
It's well, for the sake of not all having everyone.
Well, we've
like,
had a
redundant.
TP circle done on us by old fire
teleported.
mouth in it.
This one's
You've been teleported,
But this
but not a
one's like-
teleportation circle.
hundreds of years
Okay.
old. This is definitely safe, right?
Thousands by this point. You'd all presume at least 3,000 years old.
Safe. Faeza, it's definitely safe, right? Definitely safe.
Sure. I mean, it's a
I can't-
teleportation circle.
Nothing is definite. I mean, sometimes you make a bad cup of tea, you know.
What?
I'm going to explore
sometimes-
around.
Go first and then
So
tell us
No,
it's safe.
sometimes-
I'm not.
I'm going to explore behind just to make sure we're not missing anything like behind the statue or around that.
yeah.
So
Cracked
what you
stone.
would know from back in Zwati, you would know that normally there's two ways of powering these. Either they're powered by items that are keys of some kind that non-magic wielders could carry. Sometimes these were ornamental locks, sometimes these were specific items, or you needed to be a high-level magic user of the kind that can literally cast teleport by a circle.
Does the troll look like it's got any jewelry around its neck, head,
Make
arm?
a perception check.
Um,
26.
Check out.
It has no jewelry on it whatsoever.
Can I look at the statue and just see what it looks like, but also
Make an
see-
insight check.
No, basically, I want to see as well as if there's any kind of, you know, when you have a spare key hidden in a flower pot,
Sure.
you know, that kind of thing. So
Make an
things
insight check. Yeah.
coming in.
Christine just outing where she keeps all her spare keys.
Like all American movies where they
21.
have their key under the flower pot, right?
21.
So again, you just beat the DC. What you see is what initially looks like a purposefully distracting arrangement of the many arms / fins coming off Lena's body. You see that one seems to be pointing at the circle, the other seems to be pointing at the broken font through the broken pillar.
Oh, can we
Okay.
chuck some water in it or something?
Well, Faeza can mend it, right?
I do have.
Oh, we could probably
right,
drag it onto the circle, right?
I have. I think I've got stonemason's tools. I've not had to use these for a very long time, but
Got mending as a cantrip, right?
Hold on, let me see if it's armed. Hold on. No, I don't have it armed. So the alternative is to have. Sorry, hang on. I need to just check my notes. Different notes. Yeah, I've got mason's tools.
Okay, I would
So-
say with Mason's tools, it would probably take a couple of hours because you're going to have to make something to kind of make the bits to fit and then kind of glue it in a very old-fashioned sense, kind of whipping up some arcane glue and then waiting for it to dry. But within a couple of hours, you now have a fully functional font again.
In those hours, can we take a short rest?
You can short rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well. If you get anything back on a short rest, if we're just going to sit there for
So
an hour,
Faeza won't
that's-
get a short rest because she's working, as is
So
anyone
I-
who's helping
Short
her.
rest doesn't do much, really, to be honest.
But everyone else can take a short rest, as you now have a working font.
Cool.
Nice.
What's a font? Is it like a fountain?
Yes.
No, but
Well, kind of. It's like more of a basin.
it's like you have it in a church, is where someone would be.
Oh,
christened
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
water, so.
Oh, I can
So
agree with
it's
that.
usually got some kind of religious kind of connotation to it.
The word fountain, or font, actually comes from the word fountain as well. It's an interesting Latin root word.
Yeah, I thought maybe. Yeah, we. So two options: we fill it with water, or we move it onto the circle, right? As I see it.
Does it look like it can move?
I mean, make a perception check.
Who wants to do that? I don't mind.
28, natural 20.
No way.
You could definitely strong arm this onto the teleport circle. It would be really heavy to move because it does look like it's frozen to the ground and made of hard rock.
But
Come
does
on.
it? Does it sort of, you know, the
I'd say
round peg and
with
the
that
round
score,
ball kind of thing?
It does not look like it's designed to move, but you
Okay.
could move it.
I think then let's not move it.
Right. Anyone got any water, guys? I mean, I can create water, but
Oh, I mean, we would have it.
Does it
between
cost you to
our
create
water.
water?
I
yeah, it's a
produce
spell.
flame with my hand near the base, melt the ice off the
You
bottom.
melt the ice off the button and it runs onto the floor.
Melt some ice on top of it, so it drips in.
Yeah, from the
I
ceiling,
melt
the
all
very
the
low,
ice off the fight.
frightening
I
ceiling.
spend 10 minutes
I would-
melting all of the ice off.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
we've got to get water in it, not around it.
I would argue that probably when I was trying to, guys, when I was trying to fix it, I probably would have chiseled some ice off, to get to it to fix it.
Sure.
So then
If you
probably
want to just
be
chuck some
some
chiseled
kind of
ice in there, it's easy enough.
Yeah.
So as you put the ice in there, then it's warmed by the produce flame cantrip.
Mm.
It melts into water, and slowly, dong, 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 the arcane circle seems to light up.
Yeah.
You would also know from your time in Swati that you've got about 7 seconds to get into it before it disappears.
Here we go.
Okay.
Go, 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 go.
Okay, so give me a
Stay
moment.
here.
I mean, if 6 is okay with that.
Wait, what's this? That I'm inside the portal already?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm getting out of here. I'm scared.
So as you all
Octavius is definitely not.
run onto the portal, oh, of course you're going to do that. You all suddenly appear in a small chamber. It's only just big enough to house you, so I sort of blomped onto a new chamber. This one is not frozen. This one has floor tiles that are very familiar to you. You have seen something like this before. It's got ornate decorations up the walls. It looks like carvings and paintings and pictures of a scene very familiar to you. In fact, identical to the one you saw in the prison of Bellion. And ahead of you lies a carved, intricate door. And that's where we're going to call it tonight.
I punch the door. No, I don't. I'm
Nice.
just missing Dawes.
Yeah, I punched the door. Oh,
You
doors.
punch the door and
Kneel before it does.
52 points of lava damage, just straight out. So that's tonight's games, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it at
Lovely
home.
work. Lovely work.
Yeah, great work.
Thank you kindly.
Sponsored by Nickelback.
I just couldn't get over how funny it was when, in my mind, I'd already conjured the idea that anything you described was Chad Kroger, and then you talked about that bird, and it was like you said, "Oh, you look cold," and I thought, "Oh, maybe put a coat on," and it just kept going every time you described that bird. If anyone wants to go back and listen to that moment, just imagine it, Chad Kroger being unfurled in front of you with Johnny's
You-
amazing explanation.
Certainly could. Ryan, where can people hear us?
Well, you can hear us. You can find all the episodes on Twitch if you're watching at Total Party Win. You can also find them on Spotify and also on YouTube if you search for Blood and Song Erionwel to beat that pesky algorithm. You can find all the episodes that we keep when we are streaming to create a library of them. A few people at my studio, I told them about this and they've been going back and watching previous episodes, even listened to all the lore casts we did right at the beginning as
Very
well.
nice.
So those are things
Super
over
cool.
and over. So yeah, you can find us there. And if you want to check us out on our socials as well, you can find us at Blood Song Party on Twitter or Blood and Song on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you,
Very
Brian.
nice.
Well, until then, we'll see what lies ahead in our adventures through the mysterious door, if they can open it, next week. Until
Oh,
then,
Dan and Joffrey will open it, no problem. 10 seconds, I'm giving it them next session. Start a next session, 10 seconds in, they'll
Don't
both
build it
figure
up.
out.
Don't build it up. We're going to get mullered now.
guess we'll wait and see.
I've got an idea.
And-
I've got to wait till next week.
Until next time, may the Great Mother guide you in all that you do. Farewell, folks.